A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Pepsi-Cola, P-E-P-S-I. That's your smartest cola buy. Pepsi-Cola presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy, calling Washington.
United States Counterspy, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
Tonight, the case of the photograph Furrier. Another Counterspy report to the American people. Brought to you each Tuesday and Thursday by Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola, hits and spots, 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Lot more value, lot more zest. Why take less when Pepsi's best?
Yes, Pepsi's best. Because Pepsi, and only Pepsi, gives you more bounce to the ounce, more real value and quick food energy, ounce for ounce, than any other leading cola drink. That's right. No other leading cola can say that, but Pepsi-Cola. Proven highest quality and homogenized for finer, smoother flavor. More bounce to the ounce. That's Pepsi. Now, everybody, listen later in this program for a sensational special offer from Pepsi-Cola. Meanwhile, remember, get more bounce to the ounce. Get delicious, ice-cold Pepsi-Cola. And now, to Counterspy. 2 a.m. A low-hanging haze clings to the surface of New York's East River. All is quiet, except for the lapping of the water against the dock, and the occasional wail of a tugboat whistle in the distance. Suddenly, the thick silence is broken by the low purr of a motorboat engine.
You see the pier number yet, Joe?
Not yet, Bugs. Keep her turning over.
Right.
That looks like the right pier, Bugs. There's a ladder at the motor. Stay with the tiller. We got enough speed to drift into position.
Okay.
That's it. Hold her steady, Bugs, against the dock.
Right, Joe. Should I tie up?
I'll climb up the ladder first. Make sure it's the right pier. This is it, Bugs. Tie up and come up.
Right away.
There they are. Imported furs, bales of them waiting to be moved, just like Lloyd said.
He sure gets the straight dope.
Yeah. Let's get them over to the edge of the pier, and we'll lower them into the boat.
Right, I'll pick up.
The watchman. Come on, Bugs, behind this bale of furs with me.
Yeah. Drink with him, Joe.
Now, let him lay. We'll keep an eye on him.
I'll give him one more with my foot to make sure he sleeps solid.
That's enough, Bugs. Let's get to work. There's $60,000 worth of furs on this dock, and Lloyd don't want us to miss a dime's worth.
Counterspy Department. This is David Harding. Still another robbery of imported furs has been reported. These robberies are seriously impairing our trade relations with a number of friendly nations. All departments must redouble their efforts in this case. Transmit all findings to me personally, here at our New York field office. That is all.
Harding, that lead on the Bonner Fur Finishing Company.
Good. Looks it.
They finish the furs for a very smart New York fur salon, Lloyd's at Park Avenue. And the samples we bought there check with the laboratory reports on the stolen furs.
You got a tail on Lloyd?
We can pick him up now if we want to.
No, Peters. We've got to make a thorough cleanup in this case. The crooks, the sellers, and the buyers.
A lot of money involved, Dave?
Well, not only the money, Peters, our trade relations with friendly countries. These robberies are leading to ill feeling and international lawsuits. That's why I want to wash this up once and for all, so there'll be no hangover.
I see.
And we'll stake out this Bonner Company. Get photographs of everyone who does business with them. We'll have agents with our new miniature cameras cover the place like a blanket.
The company's building is located in the suburbs of New York City. You want to look it over yourself and plan the stakeout?
Yes. We've got to get photographs that'll convict everyone who does business with the Bonner Company, as well as the fancy Mr. Lloyd himself.
Good morning, Adele. Joseph's expecting me.
We both are. He's in the private office.
But let's go in.
Joe, he's here.
Huh? Oh. Hello, Mr. Lloyd.
Hello, Joseph.
It's the newest fad up on Park Avenue these days, sporting a cane.
Does it annoy you?
Yeah, makes me happy. Did you get rid of the furs from that pier job?
Naturally.
For how much? $60,000?
That's full market value.
Of course, Adele. Lloyd's of Park Avenue never cuts prices.
Work it over, Mr. Lloyd.
I intend to. $20,000, the usual 1/3.
Not any longer, Mr. Lloyd.
What?
Adele and I have been figuring the divvy ain't right.
Oh?
We do the dirty work, heist the furs, and process them in this stinking building out here in Queens.
So?
You just sit in that fancy Park Avenue saloon of yours, peddling them to beat up biddies. Air-conditioned, no less.
What do you want, Joseph? Air conditioning?
No, 2/3.
Very funny. Now, if you'll step aside, I have to fit a patron at my salon. I don't want to be late.
You don't leave until we settle this, Mr. Lloyd.
There's nothing to settle. Step aside, Joseph.
No.
And keep your hands off me.
Easy, Hap. Pike.
Let go.
Get down in that chair. That's better.
Joseph, you'll regret this.
Maybe you'll regret it more. Now, I wouldn't want to muss up that pretty face of yours. 2/3 for us, and we're all friends again. And stop shoving that cane in my face.
Look at it more closely, Joseph. Notice the opening in the end?
What?
Joe, it's a gun.
Right, girl, Adele. This cane is really a disguised gun.
Lloyd.
Not 3 inches from your throat, Joseph.
Take it away, Mr. Lloyd.
Back up, Joseph. That's the way. Against the wall. Now, the push on this little button at the handle would make you a very bloody spectacle, Joseph. Easy, Adele. I don't want my hand to slip.
Please, Lloyd, take it away.
I will, Joseph. When you get this cleared. This is my operation. I finance it. I tip you off when furs are due in. I sell them once they're stolen. You're merely my workhorse.
Sure, Mr. Lloyd, sure.
You remember that?
Yeah, only take that thing away from my throat.
Very well. One mistake is permitted, Joseph. I'll take it away this time. particularly since I'll have work for you to do shortly.
Okay, Mr. Lloyd, you're the boss. Same setup, same split.
Bright boy, Joseph. Don't change your mind, because the next time you see the end of this cane, a bullet will be spitting out of it.
Looks bad, Dave. The Bonner Company is the only building within 4 square blocks of these vacant lots. A flea couldn't be inconspicuous out here.
Just across from the Bonner building. That newsstand right by the subway entrance.
Think we can use it?
Pull up to the stand. I'll buy a paper.
Right.
All right, morning papers. Get your paper here.
Son.
All right with you, mister. What'll it be, mister?
Times in the Tribune.
Sure thing.
Dave, maybe we could set an agent to take over this stand.
Might make these fur thieves suspicious.
Chance.
Here you are, mister. Times and Tribune.
Thanks. Keep the change.
Thanks.
That's a nice spot you got here. End of a subway line, end of a bus line, no competition. You been in this spot for long?
3 years.
Well, been in business a long time, huh? What's your name?
Eddie Sloan.
Well, good luck, Eddie. Maybe I'll be seeing you again.
Sure. I'm always here, mister. So long.
So long.
What do you read?
Let's go, Peter.
What are you thinking about, Dave? Using the kid?
Yes. From his stand, he could snap anyone who walked in or out of that building.
Looks like our best bet. He could operate the new camera all right. It's simple enough.
That's the way I feel. Find out where he lives, his family, all about him. Then bring him in the office tomorrow. If he's as bright and as able as he seems, we'll add a slightly underage counterspy to our staff.
Bonner Fur Company.
Joseph, this is Lloyd.
Oh, yes, Mr. Lloyd.
A little information.
More furs coming in?
Yes. The Bay Trading Company has a carload of furs on the way. Shipped by train across country from Seattle. They're due to arrive at the East Shore Freight Yards tonight. They won't be unloaded until morning.
Officially, that is.
Quite right, Joseph. They'll be in a refrigerated Yukon Pacific boxcar. Number 6220.
6220. Got it.
Good. I'll leave it to you to make the usual arrangements.
Eddie, this is Mr. Harding.
David Harding?
That's right, Eddie.
Oh, then, Mr. Peters, you weren't conning me and my uncle. You really are counterspies.
I wasn't conning you, Eddie.
Gosh.
Sit down, Eddie.
Well, yeah, sure.
Peters, have you told Eddie and his uncle what we wanted him for?
Just a little. Eddie's uncle says the decision is up to Eddie, as long as it's safe.
That's fair enough. Eddie, what do you know about the counterspy?
Gosh, everything.
Everything.
I mean, everything that's been on the radio or in the papers. I follow every case you're on.
Oh, that's flattering.
Very.
Oh, that last case with the hijackers and those cameras. I followed it all.
Well, I'm glad you did, Eddie. Would you like to see the new cameras we use?
You bet.
Peters, there's some cameras and packages of film in that cabinet.
Right away. Hey, ready? Take a look at it.
Boy, it's keen. You could take pictures without hardly anybody knowing you were taking them.
Well, that's just what it was designed for, Eddie. In fact, that's what we'd like you to do.
Me?
Yes, Eddie.
Gosh, me helping the counterspies. What do you want me to do, Mr.
Well,
Harding?
not so fast, Eddie. I want to make sure you understand this might be a little dangerous.
I ain't afraid.
Well, you should be, Eddie. It's always good to be afraid. Then you'll be careful.
Oh.
Now that we've slowed down, we'll go into the details. Now, first the camera. Go ahead and pick it up, Eddie.
It's a beauty.
Mm-hmm. And simple to operate.
You see, Eddie, it's precision design, made to be foolproof. because lots of times we have to use that camera under very difficult circumstances.
I see, sir.
Now, what we want you to do, Eddie, is take pictures of everyone who goes into that building opposite your newsstand.
The fur company.
That's right, Eddie. The Bonner building.
Crooks, huh?
Well, that's what we hope to prove by your pictures, Eddie.
They're fur thieves, Eddie. And the men going in will be going there to buy stolen goods.
And we want to catch the buyers as well as the actual crooks.
I'll do whatever you say, Mr. Hardy.
Good boy. Now, you won't be entirely alone.
No?
Well, I've arranged to replace the agent in the subway station change booth with one of our counterspies. From time to time, he'll come up to see whether everything's all right.
I can take care of myself.
Oh, I'm sure you can, Eddie, but we'll just play it safe. Now, you'll have to conceal the camera so it won't be obvious to anyone that you're taking pictures.
Oh, I could cover it with a newspaper.
Well, the newspaper could blow away or the camera might slip out.
That's right.
Well, how about my change box? I use a wooden box. I could get another one, cut a hole in it, and sight it through the hole.
Well, that sounds like a better idea.
And I'll take good care of the camera. I won't drop it or nothing.
Well, don't worry about that. It's very strongly built. Well, now, Eddie, when you've taken all the films on the roll, you'll remove the roll. Mr. Peters or I will come along at the end of the day, and we'll buy a newspaper. Include the rolls with the paper.
I start right away, Mr. Hardy?
Right away, Eddie.
Here's your camera, Eddie.
Gee, thanks.
And plenty of film. Now, Eddie, if you get the right pictures with this new Counterspy camera, you'll be going a long way toward helping us solve this case. In fact, everything depends on you.
Now, everybody listen for the amazing Pepsi-Cola offer mentioned earlier in this program. For a few days only, you can actually get a genuine, instant-action Counterspy candid type camera. Yes, a real super-speed snapshot camera that takes wonderful, clear, sharp black and white pictures. Now yours for only 50 cents and one bottle top from Pepsi-Cola. Did you ever hear anything so amazing? And you'll be even more amazed when I tell you all the high-quality features usually found on expensive imported cameras. Genuine Plano convex double-element lens. Genuine beauty finish photographic black plastic case. 16 pictures, not just 8, on every reel of film. And mind you, that's standard size film that you can get at your nearby camera store. Takes pictures 1 1/4 inches by 1 5/8 inches. So clear, you can actually have them enlarged. Instant eye-level viewfinder that shows exactly the picture you're taking. Instantaneous 1/25th of a second speed shutter. Fixed, sure focus that needs no adjustment. Just the thing to take to the beach with a carton of Pepsi-Cola. In fact, this is such a wonderful camera, it's guaranteed for 1 year against mechanical defects. It's selling in stores right now for much more, but listen, here's all you do. Send only 50 cents in coin with your name and address and only one Pepsi-Cola bottle top to Counterspy Headquarters, Box 12, New York 8, New York. Now, please print your name and address clearly, and be sure to enclose 50 cents. Your Counterspy Candid-style camera will be sent post-paid, but don't delay. This offer must be limited. Send for your camera now. Remember, I'll repeat that address later. And now, back to Counterspy.
There's the entrance, Joe, the East Shore Freight Yards.
Drive right in, Bucks.
Yeah, but there's a watchman on duty. I cased.
I know. Just drive right in.
All right. Hey, you in the front? The watchman.
I heard. Stop for him.
What?
Stop.
Now, just where do you fellas think you're going?
You the yard watchman?
That's right.
You're the guy I want to see. I'm from Bay Trading Company. Here's my loading bill.
So?
We're working overtime. Supposed to pick up a load of furs from refrigerator car 6220. You know where it is?
Sure. It's right down the yard a bit. I'll hop on the running board and direct you.
Thanks.
All right, just go straight ahead. I'll tell you when to turn.
right across the tracks ahead. All right, there she is. 6220. You can back right up to the doors.
Thanks, Pop.
It's a sealed car, you know.
We'll get it open all right, Pop. Like this. All right, come on, Bugs. Roll them over in the shadow. I'll break the seal and we'll start unloading.
Oh, you got nerve, Joe, just walking right in.
It's the only way to pull a job. Make them think it's legitimate, and you'll even get the mayor to help load the truck. Anybody else shows up, we're just working overtime. Catch?
Catch.
Now, let's get started. We got a lot of overtime to put in. $100,000 worth.
Pictures Eddie took yesterday. Those cameras do a wonderful job.
Yes, Peters. And Eddie's no expert. But still, these photographs show every detail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anybody can work these cameras.
There are 32 photographs. We've identified 24 of the men as supposedly legitimate fur dealers.
Well, we'll investigate and put agents on them. Tell the agents to stand by for a pickup order.
Right, Chief.
A couple of more days of Eddie's camera work, and we'll be ready to round up everyone who's had dealings with this mob.
Your news, kid.
Oh, sure, mister. Here.
$50. I'll take change from the...
Oh, no, don't.
I'm sorry, kid. I thought that was your change box. It's a nice camera.
Yeah. My hobby. Here you are, mister. 47 cents.
Thanks. So long, kid.
Another guy. Got it. Now this guy.
You take a lot of pictures, kid.
Huh?
I've been watching you for the past 10 minutes. What's the idea?
What do you mean?
Taking pictures of everyone who goes into the fur company.
Who says I did?
Don't get wise, kid.
I told you this camera's my hobby.
Take it easy, kid, or I'll break it. Go on, get going. You got some talking to do.
No, Lloyd, this coat doesn't seem to do anything for my figure.
But, Mrs. Vanderpool, why tamper with perfection? And that, in a word, is your figure.
Now, Lloyd.
I mean it. I could show you several other fur coats we have in the salon, but this coat is simply stunning. You set it off beautifully.
You really think so?
Mrs. Vanderpool, I know women. I know furs. I know beauty. At the moment, you are the highest form of all three.
It's so wonderful to deal with you, Lloyd. You understand me. The real me. Now, my husband doesn't...
Oh, pardon me, Mrs. Vanderpool. I'll return in a moment.
Of course.
Lloyd of Park Avenue speaking. Oh. What? I see. All right. I'll be right over.
Now, Lloyd.
Mrs. Vanderpool, if you'll excuse me, one of the girls will take care of you.
Girls?
I'm so sorry. Urgent business.
Oh.
But I'll see you soon, perhaps for lunch sometime.
Oh, lunch. That would be splendid.
I sure it would. Till then, Mrs. Vanderpool, au revoir.
Harding speaking.
This is Saunders reporting from the subway booth, Mr. Harding.
Oh, yes, Saunders?
The newsboy's gone.
What?
Yes, Mr. Harding. I was delayed on my half-an-hour check. People want to change. It's been 45 minutes since I last saw the boy.
45 minutes. Saunders, I told you...
Oh, Mr. Harding...
Look, never mind. Stay there on duty. Peter, did you get that about Eddie Sloan?
Yes,
Alert the raiding squad. We've got to move in on that fur company right away. Before, it was a question of chiseling crooks and tax evaders, but now it's a boy's life. I wouldn't risk that for all the crooks in creation. Get the squad moving, fast.
Bud, you stay out here with Adele.
Okay.
The kid's in the next room, Mr. Lloyd.
All right, Joseph. And Bugs, don't think. Please don't ever think again.
Well, I thought you'd want to know. That's why I brought the kid over.
Please close your moronic mouth or I'll close it for you. Come on, Joseph.
Hey, what you got there, Pete? I got a newsstand to take care of.
This is the little beast, eh, Joseph?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'll ask the questions. Why were you taking pictures of this establishment?
It's a hobby.
Don't be insolent, you little brat.
Can't talk to me like that.
I'll do much worse if you don't answer my questions promptly and truthfully.
I know what you're all excited about. Guy takes pictures and you think it was robbing a bank.
Any particular reason for that reference to robbery?
What?
Listen, you little devil. Obviously, someone put you up to taking pictures. I wish to know who.
I told you, it's my own hobby.
Joseph, grab that brat's shoulders.
Okay, Mr. Lloyd.
Hey, cut it out.
Turn him over that chair. See if a little caning will loosen his tongue.
Let me go.
All right, you little beast. You ready to tell me who put you up to this?
I wouldn't tell you the time of day.
Very well. Joseph will...
Yeah.
No! Mr. Lloyd!
What's that?
Adele, I don't... All right, you two. Stand where you are.
Mr. Harding.
Harding.
Counterspies. Now we know the answer.
Yes, Lloyd, we've been on your trail for a long time.
I got lots of pictures, Mr. Harding. About 20 guys went in this morning.
Good, Eddie. When we confront them with that evidence, I'm sure they'll all be willing to talk about their dealings with Mr. Lloyd.
I won't be here to listen, Mr. Harding.
What?
This cane pointing at the boy's throat is a concealed gun.
Well, you...
Now move, Mr. Harding, and I'll blow this urchin's dirty little throat apart. Joseph, relieve Mr. Harding of his gun.
Okay, Mr. Harding. Thanks.
Now, Mr. Harding, you'll do as I say, or I'll slaughter the brat with the greatest of pleasure. That's better.
Mr. Harding.
Silence, you little beast.
Now what, Lloyd?
Start walking. In front of me. That's right. Through that door.
Duck, Eddie. Let go of this cane. Watch it, Peter. I'll kill both of you. No, you don't, Joe. I'll take back. God,
Let go of my cane.
not this time, Lloyd.
Close. Nice work, Peter. You got Lloyd.
Couldn't shoot before, Dave. They might have gotten Eddie. Stood by the door and grabbed the cane gun when he came out.
I'm one guy who's glad you did.
And so am I, Peter. Come on, Eddie, let's go. We'll take Joe and Adele along. And don't forget that camera, Eddie. Those pictures are going to help increase our prison population.
Now, everybody, act immediately. Send only 50 cents with your name and address clearly printed, and only one Pepsi-Cola bottle top for your genuine Counterspy Candid type camera, the same type David Harding used in the episode you just heard. Send to Counterspy Headquarters, Box 12, New York 8, New York. That's Box 12, New York 8, New York. And remember,
Pepsi-Cola, hits the spot. Truthful glasses, that's a lot. Lot more value, lot more zest. Why take less when Pepsi's best?
tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen on Thursday for the exciting Counterspy case of the international Intrigue.
A case involving such elements as a hidden chateau in the mountains, an X-ray picture of special teeth, and a scientist who died and came to life. Your counterspies will never forget this attempt on one of our most precious security secrets. Be sure to be listening Thursday, day after tomorrow, for Case of the International Intrigue on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Leonard L. Bass, dramatized by Palmer Thompson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer, with music by Jesse Crawford. Bob Shepard speaking. Counterspy is a Phillips H. Lord production for Pepsi-Cola. Enjoy some Pepsi ice cold tonight. Pepsi-Cola, P-E-P-S-I. That's your smartest cola buy. Pepsi-Cola presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy. Calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
Tonight, the case of the International Intrigue. Another Counterspy report to the American people. Brought to you each Tuesday and Thursday by Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola hits the spot. Truthful glasses, that's a lot. Lots more value, lots more zest. Why take less when Pepsi's best?
And now it's proved. Pepsi's best. Because Pepsi and only Pepsi gives you more bounce to the ounce, more real value, and quick food energy ounce for ounce than any other leading cola drink. No other leading cola can say that. Proven highest quality. And homogenized for finer, smoother flavor. More bounce to the ounce. That's Pepsi. Listen later in this program for a sensational special offer. Meanwhile, remember, get more bounce to the ounce. Get delicious ice-cold Pepsi-Cola. And now, to Counterspy. Early one evening, in the Glass and Steel Railroad Terminal in the lovely Swiss city of Lucerne, a train chugged busily to a stop at the platform. Among the crowd waiting at the platform was a tall, swarthy man in a dark gray chauffeur's uniform. Half hidden behind a post, his eyes scanned the faces of the disembarking passengers. As a dignified gray-haired man stepped from the train, the chauffeur smoothed down his uniform and approached the gray-haired man deferentially.
Dr. Brewster, the American scientist?
Yes?
The car you ordered is over here, sir. Just a few steps.
Good. Tell me, this cottage up the valley I'm going to, is it quiet, secluded, well hidden?
Oh, yes, Dr. Brewster. Once you are there, you will believe yourself to be in another world.
Driver, you're slowing down. Are we near the cottage already?
No, Dr. Brewster, but the young lady up ahead on the road seems to be having difficulty with her car. I thought I might see if I could help her.
Old world courtesy, of course.
Of course. Mademoiselle, can I be of some assistance?
For starters, something seems to be wrong.
Allow me. Everything is going well, Carol. Have you contacted the agents of the nations that might be interested?
Yes, Furrier. They are eager to see you, particularly that young one, Victor Modesto.
I'll be ready to talk to them in 48 hours. Dr. Brewster and I should have reached an understanding by then.
Very well. 48 hours.
There you are, mademoiselle. It was just a loose bolt.
Thank you.
I've fixed it now so that nothing can go wrong.
Karen, as many times as I've been here, I never cease being amazed.
Really, Victor?
To think that this chateau, the most impressive in all Lucerne, in all Switzerland, belongs to such a scoundrel as Belair.
If you feel that way, why do business with him?
Unfortunately, my profession compels me to deal with swine.
Such as I?
You are the exception, Karen.
Not be too sure, Victor. Shall we go in?
Tell me, what is it Belair has to sell this time?
I act only as his messenger. He does not share his secrets with me.
What does he share?
His leisure hours.
Sounds delightful, Karen.
That depends.
Ah, Karen, you're brought it.
Yes, Belair.
Hello, Belair.
So formal, Victor. We know each other better than that.
I'm afraid we do.
Karen.
Yes, Belair?
They are performing a particularly fine ballet at the Opera House tonight. I thought we might go there and follow it with a late supper and a little gambling at the casino.
As you wish.
Then, hadn't you better return to your hotel so you can change and perform whatever mysterious rites you must to keep yourself so attractive?
Oh, of course. Goodbye, Monsieur Modesto.
I may see you at the casino later, Karen.
Come, Victor, my study. It is the only place in this chateau I permit business to be transacted. A moment. I close the doors. Drink, Victor? Brandy? Aquavit? Vodka? Or did you pick up a taste for scotch during your years as diplomatic attaché in the United States?
I never drink while on duty, Belair. You've something to sell. What is it?
That is why I'm so fond of you, Victor. So correct and so direct. Why did such a prim young man as you ever enter his country's espionage service?
For a reason you would not understand, Belair. Patriotism.
I not understand patriotism? Don't be ridiculous, Victor. I make my living from selling secrets to patriots so that they may kill other patriots.
It is a matter of honor I prefer not to discuss with one such as you.
So righteous.
Get to the point, Belair.
Not only do you speak English like an American, but you do business the same way with the same directness. Very well. I offer you a most valuable article. In fact, to your country, to any country, it is priceless.
Be more specific.
I will when we have talked price.
Oh? What is your figure?
$1 million American. That is the starting price for this knowledge.
Starting price? What does that mean?
There are other nations besides yours who could use this information. I'm not particular.
You are making this offer to others, too.
You are the fourth representative of as many nations that I have talked to.
Have you no sense of honor, Belair?
I have a good sense of business. 4 possible buyers mean a better price than just one possible buyer would.
And that is the lowest price you will consider?
Yes, but I'm sure there will be higher ones. So return to the aged diplomats at your embassy. Let their watery blood run thicker at the thought of what I offer. The secret of American know-how in the field of modern miracles.
This information, Belair, is it on film? On paper? What is it?
It is imprinted on a human mind. You see, I'm selling not secrets and papers, but a human being. A man. The most experienced atomic scientist in the United States.
Clear Channel 12. Clear Channel 12.
Channel 12 clear. Use.
Counterspy Headquarters, Washington. Flaherty, Chief of Communications speaking. Code 72 revised.
Code 72 revised.
Are you ready, Code Division?
Go ahead, Flaherty. Go ahead, Q8. David Harding, Chief of Counterspies from Archer Codes Division. Here follows decoded message from Switzerland, Q8. Man named Belair, leading espionage operator living in Switzerland, claims to hold American scientist, informed all phases of American atomic progress. Belair, acting acting as agent for scientists to sell his services and knowledge to highest bidder among spy services here. End of message.
Thank you, Archer.
Dave, that message means big trouble.
Maybe, Peter.
Maybe, with someone selling us out on our atomic secrets? If they fell into the wrong hands.
As long as they're secret, anyone's hands are the wrong hands.
Who could that scientist be?
I have no idea. But I think this is important enough for you and me to move to the actual point of operation.
Switzerland?
Call the airfield, Peters, and have our C-54 made ready for transatlantic flight. And take care of all the necessary clearance routine.
Right.
Not so fast, Peter.
Oh?
We'll be operating in alien territory without our usual facilities. You better have one of our portable laboratories transferred to the plane.
Flying lab. Good idea.
Now you can put on speed, Peter.
Right. I'll call you as soon as everything's set.
If I'm not here, try the communication room. I want to get right to the business of ferreting out the identity of that scientist in Switzerland.
Good evening, Karen.
Belair.
I've known you only 4 months, my dear, but you continually amaze me.
Good.
You grow lovelier each day. Make me wonder more about your life before we met.
Belair, did you finish your business with Victor this afternoon?
Yes. He made an attractive offer. How does fortune favor you at the gambling tables tonight?
She smiled pleasingly since I have adopted this charming gentleman as a lucky piece.
Oh?
Belair, let me present Monsieur Fulda.
Fulda? I've heard that name, monsieur.
And I the name of Belair.
It's not strange, since we are in allied fields.
It is strange we have never met before.
I have dealt with representatives of your government.
Yes, they submit very flattering reports on you.
Gentlemen, and I to be completely ignored.
Karen, I am sorry. But it is not every evening one meets such a notable foreign agent as Monsieur Fulda.
I return the compliment, Belair.
You'll be here in Lucerne for some time, Fulda?
Quite some time. Lisbon, where I've been until now, is not quite the beehive of information it once was.
You may find Lucerne has taken its place.
Gentlemen, this was to be an evening of pleasure.
I am sorry, my dear.
I apologize, too, Karen. However, if Belair has something of interest to me, perhaps we can arrange an appointment.
I was just going to suggest that. You will bring your credentials?
Naturally.
Then come to my chateau tomorrow at 4.
Where is your chateau, Belair?
I will send Karen for
my good fortune continues.
And mine has stopped with all this talk. Can we return to the table?
With pleasure, my dear. Some success at gambling might well be a forecast of larger stakes yet to be won.
Peters.
Pretty good, Dave. If the weather holds, we should be in Lucerne by early evening.
Conway in Washington to C-54H. Conway to C-54H.
Yes, I'll take it. C-54H to Washington, receiving clear. Go ahead, Conway.
We've checked passport records, Mr. Harding. 5 atomic scientists have European travel permits.
What countries are they in now?
Sweden, France, Switzerland, and Italy. I've wired the counterspy attachés in the various cities to verify their presence.
Good. Radio photo us complete identification on the men involved. That's all. Peters, let's see if we can raise Agent Q8 in Switzerland on the code transmitter so our arrival won't be too unexpected. We may get more news of the man Belair.
Find my chateau attractive, Monsieur Fulda?
Very much so, Monsieur Belair. But to business. These offers you've had from other nations, what is the highest?
$2.5 million, Fulda. But I want more.
Shall we say $250,000 more?
Fulda, let's not quibble over $250,000. There's only the money of the taxpayers of your nation. Let's say a round sum. $3 million.
Of course, I would first have to know who the atomic scientist is and have material proof that you can deliver him.
Naturally.
And if he is not as important as you say, I withdraw the offer.
The gentleman of whom I speak is Dr. Simon Brewster.
Brewster?
In some respects, the foremost atomic research physicist in all America.
It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Oh, why should Dr. Brewster betray his country?
Men betray only institutions that have been unjust to them. Dr. Brewster feels the injustice of the rewards he received from the United States.
Have you material proof I can submit to my government?
You shall see him this evening. From a distance. He does not wish to be bothered until the transaction is complete.
My eyes could be deceived.
You shall have his fingerprints.
They could be obtained fraudulently in many ways.
I'm so glad I'm not dealing with a fool. The final identification will be a plaster cast of his teeth. You can compare that with a dental chart.
Where would I get such a chart?
Surely your agents in America could obtain it.
It will take time, Belair.
I'm in no hurry. Neither is the Dr. Brewster. He withdrew from the atomic project a few months ago. He's enjoying his rest.
What about that glimpse of him you promised me?
He's at a cottage in the mountains. He can leave immediately. Good. Fulda, I'm afraid I must be melodramatic and ask you to submit to a blindfold as we approach the cottage.
I understand.
All right. Monsieur Belair.
Victor.
Back into that room.
Was this a polite way to come calling at my chateau? With a gun in your hands?
You too, monsieur.
Certainly.
Victor, you will give my guest a bad impression of my friends.
Belair, I want to know the name of the scientist we talk about.
The price you offered was not high enough, this gentleman's walk.
You take my price for my bullet. I do not bargain for my country's welfare.
How can one do business on such a basis? You see what I must put up with, Fuller?
A gun can be very persuasive, Belair.
But such evidence of bad faith. Victor, I think you'd better drop your gun, or Karen will shoot you in the back, through the door from the garden, behind you.
That trick would not fool a child.
It is not a trick, Victor. You are not a child.
What are that? You see, Fuller? These patriotic fools. Always violent.
I say something else, too. Mademoiselle Karen is much more than decorative.
Much more. Shall we go?
What about Victor?
When he regains consciousness, Karen, slap him on the wrist and send him on his way. He will undoubtedly kill himself for failing in his duty to his country, unless he has more sense than I give him credit for. Once again, Fuller. Shall we go?
Listen to an amazing special offer. Think of it. A genuine super speed candid style snapshot camera that takes wonderful, clear, sharp pictures for only 50 cents and one bottle top from Pepsi-Cola. Did you ever hear anything so amazing? Here's what a high-quality camera it is. Genuine Plano convex double-element lens. Beautiful black plastic case. Takes 16 pictures, not just 8, on every reel of film. Standard size film that you can get at your nearby camera store. Pictures are 1 1/4 inches by 1 5/8 inches. So clear you can have them enlarged. Instant eye-level viewfinder. Instantaneous 1/25th of a second speed shutter. Needs no adjustment. Just the thing to take to the beach with a carton of Pepsi-Cola. In fact, this is such a wonderful camera, it's guaranteed for 1 year against mechanical defects. The same type of camera David Harding uses to catch criminals. Now, here's all you do. Send only 50 cents in coin with your name and address, and only one Pepsi-Cola bottle top to Counterspy Headquarters, Box 12, New York 8, New York. Now, please print your name and address clearly, and be sure to enclose 50 cents. Your camera will be sent to you post-paid, but don't delay. This offer will not last. Send for your camera now, tonight. I'll repeat that address later. And now, back to Counterspy. On a small side street in Lucerne, Switzerland, Counterspy Harry Peters stops at the doorway of a watchmaker's shop. He looks at the window display briefly, glances up and down the street, and then, certain that no one has followed him, he enters the shop.
collection of clocks you've got here.
I only wish they were mine. The shopkeeper has stepped out for a moment.
Oh?
Okay, Peters, it's safe to talk.
You're sure? Mr. Fulda?
Positive, and skip the folder.
Okay, Mallory. Though you do that accent wonderfully.
Practice. The chief's in Switzerland?
Yes. He's staying undercover, living in the plane out at the airport.
It's a good idea. This town's a hotbed of spies. Someone would be sure to recognize him.
That's why he wants fast action on this case, Mallory.
Well, he's got it. Valaire's got hold of something really big.
He told you?
Yes, believing me to be the real Fulda. I know it's risky, but I'd like to report to Mr. Harding direct.
That big?
Yep.
Okay, Mallory. You leave this shop first. I'll cover you. If you're clear, I'll give you a high sign and head for the plane. You can meet us there.
Says you're getting action.
Too much.
You mean Belair suspects you?
On the contrary, posing as Fulda, I've made a deal for the scientist involved. $3 million.
Who is he?
Dr. Simon Brewster.
Brewster? You're kidding.
I've seen him.
What, you talked to him?
No. Belair only let me see him from a distance. He's hiding in a cottage in the mountains. I was blindfolded and taken there.
Brewster, a traitor? I can't believe it.
You saw him from a little distance, Mallory. It could have been an imposter.
It must have been.
I doubt it. Here are his fingerprints. I made Belair get them on this sheet of paper I gave him. And one thing more. This dental cast to check against Brewster's chart. My agents are supposed to obtain it from Pomerius.
Yes, we've got it, a radio photo. Peter, check this right away in the laboratory compartment of the plane. Well, Peter?
No doubt about it, Dave. The prints and the dental chart check exactly.
Then it is Brewster.
What do we do now?
Well, there's one point in our favor. Brewster's been off the project for quite a while now, and a lot of new progress has been made. But still, I'd rather gamble $3 million than the atomic information Brewster does have.
I might be able to locate that cottage, Mr. Harding.
No, Mallory, that's too much of a chance to take. No, instead, contact Belair again tomorrow. Make final arrangements to complete the deal. I'll see that the money's transmitted to you from our export bank.
Dave, why don't we at least try to find that cottage?
No, we'll cover Mallory on the money. But I want him to get Brewster actually into his possession. If there's a slip-up, I'd rather lose the money than the man.
Okay, Mr. Harding, I'll take the money to Belair and his chateau right away. Well, Belair, is my part of the bargain satisfactory?
Perfectly, Fuller. I have not realized how big a package the money would make, even in large denominations.
And now, Dr. Brewster.
Of course. I have him right here for you. Come. This is Dr. Brewster.
What do you do? Shall we go, Dr. Brewster?
Yes. A drink first, gentlemen, to celebrate the most profitable transaction for all.
Not that.
I insist.
Very well.
Your health, Fulda.
Thank you.
And yours too, Dr. Brewster.
Thank you.
Fulda.
Yes?
I am Dr. Brewster's banker. If any attempt should be made to regain this money, part his, part mine, he will lose his power of speech as far as atomic information is concerned. Correct, Dr. Brewster?
Yes. Come along, Dr. Brewster. I want to get you into the jurisdiction of my government as soon as possible. Goodbye, Billy.
Goodbye, Fulda. Karen! must move fast. We're going to take a vacation. A very long one. Worth $3 million.
Sit down, Dr. Brewster.
I don't understand, Mr. Fuller. This plane isn't even warming up.
There's someone I want you to meet. All right, Chief.
Hello, Dr. Brewster.
Hello.
Don't tell me you've forgotten me.
Why, no, you're...
What's the matter? Hold him, Mallory. What the Sam Hill?
His pulse, Mallory. Feel it.
Right.
He's dead.
What's the matter, Dave? I heard a scuffle. Brewster's dead of a heart seizure.
Brewster? I wouldn't bet on that.
What?
This man is not Dr. Simon Brewster. Look at him closely. The features are generally the same, but here, along the chin and the side of the nose. Faint scar tissue. See? Plastic surgery.
An imposter, as we thought. But the fingerprints, the dental chart, you checked them. They were Brewster's. What's happened to him?
I'm afraid of the answer to that question.
We can get it out of Belair.
I think you're right, Peters. It's time we came out in the open. Mallory, you'll come with me to Belair Chateau.
Right.
Peters?
Yes?
We'll take the pilot and the co-pilot along for additional support. You'll cover us from outside. Let's get going.
Oh, Fulda.
Yes, Carol. Where's Belair?
Why, I do not...
All right, Carol. The limit on his companion to...
Come in, gentlemen.
Why the gun, Belair? You seem angry, Fulda. You bring strangers to my house. I think it's advisable to have a gun.
Very discreet, particularly since I came to take back the money I paid you.
With this other gentleman to assist you?
Yes. Why? Dr. Simon Brewster is dead.
How unfortunate. But, Fulda, I kept my part of the bargain. I delivered it to you.
I want that money, Belair. My country cannot afford to waste dollars.
Ridiculous. Your country wastes more than any other in the world, doesn't it, Mr. David Harding?
What do you mean?
Don't be foolish, Fulda, whatever your real name is.
It's Mallory, Belair.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. Do you think that I, a dealer in espionage, would not recognize the head of the largest counter-spy organization in the world? Karen.
Yes, Belair?
Relieve them of any weapons they may be carrying.
Certainly.
So, I was dealing with the United States all the time, Mr. Harding.
You didn't suspect it, did you?
Give this agent of yours credit. He was very clever to assume the identity of a known spy.
What about Dr. Brewster?
Of course, you soon realized the man I delivered was an imposter. A fool I hired to impersonate the doctor.
But the real doctor?
Like the fake one. He's dead, too.
Can you prove that, Belair?
That's how I got his dental cast and fingerprints. I thought I could persuade him to talk. Unfortunately, his heart was not as strong as his conviction.
You're lucky with heart trouble, aren't you?
You mean the gentleman who died on your hands?
That wasn't heart trouble, Mallory.
Definitely not. It was poison. The drink you took before you left, Fulda. Mallory. Now, Mr. Harding, I have no doubt you have other agents outside, but I, too, have an ace. There are many exits from the chateau. I shall leave by one and leave you two here, dead.
Your first shot will bring our men in.
And you're not going to fire it, Belair. I have a trump ace to play yet. The agent who informed me of this in the first place.
Oh?
All right, Belair, drop your gun.
Karen.
Drop it, Belair.
That's right, Belair. Meet Miss Karen Delphus, Counterspy, my trump ace.
But the dead one.
You all right, Karen?
I'm okay, Mr. Harding. He missed by just enough.
I didn't think he'd try that, Mr. Harding. Just as well. It'll save a lot of explanation all around. Hey, it's all right, Peters. Everything's under control.
Who's the girl?
An agent you haven't met. Meet Karen Delphus, code name Q8.
Glad to meet you at last, Mr. Peters.
Glad to meet you. Mallory, stay here with the body. Call the Swiss police. I want to report everything to Washington. Peters, you can escort Karen to her hotel. She'll probably fly back home with us.
That'll be a pleasure, Dave.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of. Let's go.
Now, everybody, act immediately. Send only 50 cents with your name and address clearly printed and only one Pepsi-Cola bottle top for a genuine Candid-style camera. Send to Counterspy Headquarters, Box 12, New York 8, New York. And remember,
Pepsi-Cola, kittens, pop, truthful glasses, that's a lot. Lot more value, lot more zest. Why take less when Pepsi's best?
Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, same time, same station to Counterspy. Listen next Tuesday for the exciting Counterspy case of the beefy buyer.
Millions in merchandise vanished into thin air. A master criminal with one tiny failing, and a weakling who turned strong in the face of death. These were some of the memorable facts in an action-packed investigation we're going to dramatize next week. Be sure to be listening for
Case of the Beefy Buyer on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Mark P. Loeb, dramatized by Palmer Thompson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer, with music by Jesse Crawford. Bob Shepard speaking. Counterspy is a Phillips H. Lord production for Pepsi-Cola. Enjoy some Pepsi, ice cold tonight.
Pepsi-Cola, P-E-P-S-I. That's your smartest cola buy. Pepsi-Cola presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy. Calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
Tonight, the case of the magic murder. A thrilling Counterspy report to the American people. Brought to you each Tuesday and Thursday by delicious Pepsi-Cola. And now, another report to the American people. In your family's interest, listen to these findings, recently released by the United States Testing Company, Incorporated.
After thorough and impartial tests, Pepsi-Cola proved of highest purity. Pepsi-Cola has more quick food energy and value, ounce for ounce, than any other leading nationally known cola.
Yes, tested, compared against all other leading nationally known cola drinks, Pepsi-Cola won out. You get the best and twice as much in delicious Pepsi-Cola. And now to Counterspy.
Oh, this would be Mr. Peters, would it not?
Good evening, Professor Cabarrus.
Good evening.
I appreciate you seeing me this evening.
Please come in.
Thank you.
This chair by the desk, Mr. Peters.
Thanks. Well, you were lucky to find such a nice little house so near Washington, Professor.
It was your chief of the Counterspies, Mr. David Harding, who helped me find it, Mr. Peters. The 3 rooms are sufficient for my personal needs. I have turned the cellar into a fine laboratory for my homework.
Of course, you'll be working most of the time at the government laboratories, won't you, sir?
Yes. The development of turbojet engines for land vehicles is a big project.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honored to have been brought to this country by your great government to work on it. But the possibilities of jet engines for land use are... But you did not come for a lecture on engines, Mr. Peters.
Well, not quite, Professor. The main purpose of my visit is to have you fill out this questionnaire.
That is what you mentioned on the telephone.
Yes. Now, by law, the counterspies are responsible for the safety of distinguished visitors from abroad. The more information we have, the easier our job is.
But no one means me any harm, Mr. Peters.
We hope not. But in these days, there's no knowing.
Oh.
Now, will you fill in these blanks? Now then, Do we have the full name correctly, Professor?
Of the University of Maslava.
First name, Jan.
Middle name, Fyodorovich.
Yes, and last name, Cabarrus. C-A-B-A-R-R-U-S.
Correct.
It's an odd name, sir.
But common in my part of Europe.
Oh? Now, our records already show that you hold 5 degrees.
Yes.
And before the last war, you were a scientific consultant to the government of your own country.
Those were happy, fruitful days, Mr. Peters. But today, my country is in the hands of... My feelings on that point are very strong, Mr. Peters. Please, go on.
Now, to your experiences during the war and immediately after, our records require some more information.
Well, I shall do my best.
In 1939, when the Germans first...
Operator, give me Counterspy headquarters at once.
Feeling all right now, Professor Cabarrus?
Somewhat shaken, Mr. Harding. I am much more disturbed over Mr. Peters.
Me too. Very seriously wounded in the head. Been taken to the Counterspy infirmary. The shots seemed to come, you said, from that glass door to the sunroom.
Yes. It must have been opened quietly by someone as Mr. Peters and I were filling out this... Oh, by the way, here it is.
The questionnaire. Oh, Professor, did you by any chance get a glimpse of the man who fired the shots?
Just as it were, out of the corner of my eye.
Well, can you recall anything at all? Try to recreate the image of that moment in your mind if you can.
Let me see. I was here, and Mr. Peters was there.
You were at right angles to the sunroom door?
Yes. And then the door must have opened. He wore a black velour hat.
Oh?
And, he must have been holding the pistol in his left hand.
Left-handed. Now, go ahead.
I believe he was tall, wearing a dark coat, and yes, a mustache. Black or dark brown. And one other thing.
Yeah?
In my mind, the picture of that man is like death.
Death?
He seemed like a skeleton. Sunken eyes. Thin face. I'm sorry, Mr. Harding. This may be all a waste of time.
Your pardon, Mr. Harding.
Yes, Edwards. You and the boys find anything?
Yes, sir. The attacker apparently entered the sunroom from outside the house. Cut out a square of glass above the lock on the door from outside into the sunroom.
Professor Cabarrus, with your permission, my men will keep working here. We can't even tell now whether the shots were meant for you or for Mr. Peters. Edwards, bring all the data with you later.
Yes,
I'm going to headquarters to see how Peters is.
Peters is still on the operating table, Mr. Harding. The man who fired the shots was very accurate. All 3 hit Peters. One raked a furrow along the top of his head.
I expect Edwards will find that bullet buried in a wall at the house there.
And a second bullet lodged at the side of his neck. We've removed that one. There'll be no serious after effects.
What about the third bullet?
Lodged in his skull. We're studying the x-rays now.
Doctor, Harry Peters is not only my assistant, but he's my friend as well, and I hope...
Oh, we're doing our very best, Mr. Harding.
Would you excuse me? Harding.
Edwards, Mr. Harding. I've returned with all we found at the professor's house. I'm in the identification section now.
Thank you, Edwards. I'll be right down.
We couldn't find any trace of footprints around the house, Mr. Harding. The grass is all pretty well grown.
Well, what about car tracks?
Oh, no, sir.
Well, then, let's add up what we know about the attacker. Now, that bullet you dug out of the wall.
It's a 38 caliber, sir. From an automatic.
All right. Man using a 38 caliber automatic. He fired at a distance of about 20 feet. In imperfect light, that suggests he's a good marksman for a gunman. If he was aiming at Peters.
And we know he gained entrance to the house at the back through the sunroom by cutting out a square of glass above the door lock.
Yeah.
I guess then he reached inside and let himself in.
This complicates the problem, Edward. It's a burglar's technique. Not often you find a professional gunman who uses burglar techniques, or vice versa. All right, Edwards, let's get to work. Now, if you'll be good enough to handle the loudspeaker system to the floor below there.
Identification. This is Edwards with Mr. Harding in the supervisor's booth. We've got an identification job. Electronic classifiers, stand by.
First fact, gunman, 38 automatic.
Gunman, 38 automatic. Next.
Left-handed.
Left-handed. Next.
Technique of entry by rear of establishment.
Technique of entry by rear of establishment. Next.
By door, by cutting out glass.
By door, by cutting out glass. Next.
Appearance, mustache, black or dark brown.
Appearance, mustache, black or dark brown. Next.
Eyes, black or dark brown.
Eyes, black or dark brown. Those are the facts. Let her roll.
They got something, Edward.
Yes, sir. That's coming up here to the booth on the teletype. There you are, sir.
Well. Outside wire, please. This is very strange, Edwards.
Yes, hello.
Professor Cabarrus, this is David Harding.
Yes, Mr. Harding.
We've located the name of a man answering the description you gave us.
And so quickly. It's amazing.
The name is Bones Cleburne. We can have him in our hands inside of 2 hours.
I'm so relieved, Mr. Harding.
There's only one difficulty. He was in an automobile accident in Florida. He's been dead for 8 months.
Dead? Well, then, I'm afraid my recollection of the attacker's appearance was not accurate enough. How's Mr. Peters?
Well, I'm very hopeful when Mr. Peters regains consciousness, he'll be able to give us a vital clue in this case.
But how is he, Mr. Harding?
The doctors are waiting for the shock to subside before operating.
He will live?
I'm told his chances are only 50-50.
We just don't dare operate, Mr. Harding. We just don't dare.
I don't understand, Dr. Dillon.
Well, the bullet lodged in the frontal lobe. Probably the frontal gyrus. Just missing the lateral cerebral artery.
Oh.
Now, the removal would be a most delicate operation. None of us here on the staff knows the technique well enough.
Well, who does?
Only one man, I'm afraid. A great brain surgeon who just this past year developed a new technique for this type of brain operation.
Get him over here, Dr. Dillon.
Well, he's Dr. K.T. Holborn of Central Hospital, Colby City.
Colby City? That's 1,000 miles away. Well, let's get on the phone. Dr. Peters has got to be saved. Operator, this is Mr. Harding.
Yes, Mr. Harding.
I'm going to be here on Dr. Dillon's line in the infirmary for some time, and I want you to keep it clear for fast work.
Certainly, Mr. Harding.
I want to place a call to Colby City, Central Hospital, Dr. K.T. Holborn. That's Holburn.
Colby City, Central Hospital, Dr. K.T. Holborn.
Right, and rush it.
Long distance.
Operator, this is Counterspy headquarters. I want Colby City 6700.
Colby City 6700.
Dr. K.T. Holborn.
Dr. K.T. Holborn. What is your number, Fizz?
Equator 1000.
Will you hold the line, Fizz?
No,
Harding, Piggy.
Mr. Harding, Dr. Holborn is not at the hospital.
Oh? Let me speak with the long-distance operator, please.
Surely.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Dr. K.T. Holborn is not at the hospital.
Well, does the hospital know where he can be reached? Now, this is vitally important.
I am sorry, sir. They say Dr. Holborn's not in Colby City at all.
Where is he, then?
He's on a medical research trip to South America.
South America. Well, do you know where he is right now?
According to the schedule he left with the hospital, he's in Caracas, Venezuela tonight. A 2-hour stopover.
Venezuela. Well, how's he traveling?
By plane, sir. Commercial Airlines of South America. The Rio de Janeiro flight.
Well, thank you very much, operator. Holborn's in Venezuela, Mr. Harding? Well, that's a bad blow to Peter's chances. I'm not giving up yet, Dr. Dillon.
Yes, Mr. Harding?
I find that Dr. Holborn might be reached in Caracas, Venezuela, at the Commercial Airlines Airport. Rio de Janeiro flight. I've got to do everything possible to reach him. Will you put a call through there, please?
Hello, Miami. This is Washington, long distance. Will you give me your overseas operator?
Overseas?
Hello, overseas. The ticket. Washington, Equator, 1000. Mr. David Harding, Counterspy Headquarters, calling Dr. K.T. Holborn at Commercial Airlines Airport, Caracas, Venezuela.
Washington, Equator 1000. Mr. David Harding, Counterspy Headquarters, calling Dr. K.T. Holborn, Commercial Airlines Airport, Caracas, Venezuela. Will you ring the number, Washington?
Counterspy Headquarters.
This is the overseas operator. Let me speak to Mr. Harding, please.
Howdy, Piggy.
On your call to Caracas, Venezuela, due to the number of calls already on hand, the next available time is tomorrow afternoon. Will that be satisfactory?
Tomorrow afternoon, operator Dr. Holborn's a brain surgeon. We must reach him for an important operation.
We'll try to complete your call as soon as possible. Caracas.
Miami, overseas operator. A ticket.
A ticket.
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Mr. David Harding.
Mr. David Harding.
Calling Commercial Airlines Airport.
Commercial Airlines Airport.
Rio de Janeiro flight passengers.
Rio de Janeiro flight passengers.
Dr. K. for Kenneth, a T for Thomas Holborn.
Dr. K.T. Holborn.
The call is wanted as soon as possible, Caracas. It's in connection with the surgical operation.
We will hurry.
The serial number is 14979.
Serial 14979. Commercial Airlines Airport.
This is the overseas operator in Caracas. Mr. David Harding in Washington, D.C. is calling a passenger on your Rio de Janeiro flight, Dr. K.T. Holborn.
Rio de Janeiro flight, it has not yet come in.
What time is it due?
It was delayed over the Caribbean by bad weather. It is due in 2 hours. We can give Dr. Holborn a message when the flight arrives.
Please do so. Have him call the overseas operator. It is in connection with an important surgical operation.
2 hours, Mr. Harding, and there's nothing we can do for Peters. There's got to be.
Yes, Mr. Harding?
Connect me with the airport in Caracas, will you, please? Put the call through no matter what.
In a moment, back to Counterspy, presented by delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola, it's a spot. 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Twice as much and better, too.
Yes, twice as much and better, too. You know Pepsi gives you twice as much. You know Pepsi's better, tastes better. But now I want to make sure you know which cola drink is of proven highest quality.
Listen, impartial tests were made comparing all the leading nationally known colas. And here's the news. Delicious Pepsi was rated tops for quick food energy and honest-to-goodness value, ounce for ounce.
Yes, more value and quick food energy in every tasty sip of Pepsi. That's why Pepsi's so refreshing. Why you feel so good. Why you're on the beat. Why people call Pepsi their favorite treat. When the qualities prove tops and the taste is so delightful, so refreshing that you bubble and the quantity is double, Say, is it any wonder Pepsi's America's big, big favorite? Insist on tasty Pepsi wherever you may be. At the fountain, say, Pepsi, please. At the stand, say, Pepsi, please. And at the store, get Pepsi in the money-saving carton of 6 big bottles. How about getting a carton tonight of delicious Pepsi-Cola?
Delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Now back to Counterspy.
Caracas Airport to Flight 598. Caracas Airport to Flight 598.
Flight 598. What is it, Caracas?
Do you have a Dr. K.T. Holborn aboard?
Dr. Holborn? Yes, we have.
There is an emergency telephone call for him from Washington, D.C. You are due in 1 hour and 45 minutes, but at the request of the Chief of the United States Counterspies, we have obtained special permission for you to come in ahead of time, if you can do it.
We can try. If you give us the airlane and landing clearance.
We will arrange everything. Come in with all possible speed.
I can be over the field at 23:30. Bring me in fast.
How's Peters?
Resting comfortably, but every minute counts.
Pilot, where will I find a telephone?
On that side entrance to the administration building, Dr. Holborn.
Thank you.
Overseas operator, Caracas.
And this is Dr. Holborn. I understand you have a call for me?
Yes, sir. 1 moment, please. Overseas Miami, your call to Caracas, Venezuela. Washington, your call to Caracas. Equator 1000, your call to Venezuela. We are ready.
Harding.
Dr. Holborn in Venezuela for you, Mr. Harding. Go ahead, please.
Dr. Dillon.
Yes.
Hello. Holborn speaking.
Dr. Holborn, this is Dr. Henry Dillon, Chief Medical Officer of the United States Counterspy.
Oh, yes, Dr. Dillon.
We have a serious case here that requires your technique, the Holborn incision. And none of us here is familiar with it.
Suppose I fly right back to Washington.
And I'm afraid there isn't time for that now, Dr. Holborn. Could we do this? If I acquaint you with the X-rays, could you then direct me in the operation over the phone? We'll have the phone connected right in the operating theater. Ready, Dr. Holborn?
Ready, Dr. Dillon.
Anterior-posterior and lateral X-rays show the bullet to be midway between the third ventricle and the sella turcica, with the head of the bullet approximately 2 millimeters from the anterior aspect of the lateral ventricle.
Make your incision starting at a point 35 millimeters from the zygomatic tubercle and 12 millimeters from the Turian suture line, parallel to the superior temporal line and distal to the sphenoidal sinus.
And distal to the sphenoidal sinus.
Sphenoidal sinus.
Lateral X-ray shows the nose of the slug to be 2 millimeters from the anterior aspect of the lateral ventricle.
2 millimeters. Then bring your incision up at a 45-degree angle towards the superior temporal line.
Angle of incision. 45 degrees toward the superior temporal line.
45 degrees toward superior temporal line.
Right. Next step, Holborn.
Make the incision no more than 3 centimeters in length.
Incision 3 centimeters. Right. Scalpel? All right, Holborn. I'm making the first incision.
Hello, Peters. Hello, Dave. Yeah, it was pretty close, fella.
The doc said you tore up the international phone system.
Now, the main thing is you're going to be all right now.
Well, I may miss a couple of days, Chief.
That wouldn't surprise me. Well, I guess my time's up. Dr. Dillon wasn't even going to let me in at all.
Dave, about Professor Cabarrus. Did you get the questionnaire finished?
Finished? Well, that was finished before the man opened the sunroom door and fired. Professor Cabarrus gave it to me.
Man? Sunroom door?
Yeah.
Well, the shots came from behind me, Dave. I was sitting at the desk.
Easy, Peter. You better take it easy. Look, I'll come back this afternoon. We'll talk about it. You go to sleep. Well, Edwards, Professor Cabarrus isn't here, but we can work anyway.
Yes, Mr. Harding.
Now, Peter said that he was sitting here at the desk.
I faced him right at the sunroom door.
Professor Cabarrus said that that's where the attacker appeared.
But Peters was looking right at the door and saw no one.
And another thing, the 3 bullets that hit Peters hit him in the back of the head. That means then that the bullets came from behind him.
Well, there's only the fireplace behind the desk. Just one filing cabinet.
Of course, when I spoke to Peters, he was still foggy from the operation and the anesthetic.
Look out!
Oh. Thanks for knocking me out of the way, Edward. Where the shots come from?
As I was looking at the filing cabinet, the little metal flap covering the lock on the second drawer moved aside. Behind it, I saw the muzzle of a pistol.
Let's see. Locked. Hand me that poker from the fireplace.
All right.
Thanks. We'll pry the drawer open.
An automatic. What's that apparatus, Mr. Harding?
Looks like a photoelectric cell. Yes, projecting a photoelectric beam across the chair at the desk.
To actuate the firing of the automatic. But why didn't it go off the moment you sat down there?
I can't tell offhand. We may find it's a delayed action system taking maybe a minute.
Mr. Harding.
Oh, hello, Professor Cabarrus.
Your man at the front door told me you gentlemen were here. I take it you've discovered, sir. The filing cabinet, Mr. Harding.
An ingenious murder scheme to kill Peters while he sat at that desk.
To kill Mr. Peters? Then he's dead?
Somebody wanted him dead.
Dreadful. Who could have used my house to try to murder him?
I have only one suspicion, Professor. It was someone who wanted to conceal certain facts about himself. Edwards, that questionnaire, please.
Yes, sir.
Professor, you told me you and Peters had completed filling this out before the shots were fired, but Peters tells me you'd only reached item 7, just before the questions concerning your activities in Europe during the war.
I'm sure Mr. Peters is mistaken, Mr. Harding.
No, he's not, because this reveals the motive for the murder attempt. Peters might have asked pointed questions, and they would have shown that during the last war you were not in exile or in the underground, but in the pay of the very people you pretend to despise.
Ridiculous, Mr. Harding.
Not at all. But this morning I talked to our attachés in your capital, and these answers here are false. You gambled. Nobody would check them. You'd be safe to work on American scientific projects and steal vital information. Edward, search him.
Yes, sir. Mr. Harding, I protest.
You have every liberty to, in court, because I'm charging you now with the attempted murder of Harry Peters. I'm very happy to say you failed all around.
Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Bring it on now. Enjoy that bubbling, tangy, tasty treat. Sure hits the spot. At parties, it's a wonderful idea to serve delicious Pepsi. That extra quick food energy gives folks that bounce, that zing. And Pepsi's big 12-ounce bottles go twice as far. You get a carton of 6 bottles, and you serve 12 full-size drinks. So save that money. Get the best, and get twice as much in delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola hits the spot. 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Twice as much and better, too. Pepsi-Cola is the drink for you.
That's it. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen on Thursday for the exciting Case of the Bootleg Button.
High-grade gold, purified in the white heat of flame. A criminal scheme forged in the heat of greed. Yet your counterspies were able to apply the heat of the law to a trio who dealt in death and double-cross. Listen on Thursday to
The Case of the Bootleg Button on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York and was directed by Leonard L. Bass, dramatized by Paul Milton, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer with music by Jesse Crawford. This is Jay Jackson speaking. Counterspy is a Phillips H. Lord production for Pepsi-Cola. Enjoy some delicious Pepsi tonight. Pepsi-Cola, P-E-P-S-I. That's your smartest cola buy. Pepsi-Cola presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy. Calling Washington.
United States Counterspy, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
Tonight, the case of the Mile High murders. A thrilling counter-spy report to the American people. Brought to you each Tuesday and Thursday by delicious Pepsi-Cola. And now, another report to the American people. In your family's interest, listen to these findings, recently released by the United States Testing Company, Incorporated. After thorough and impartial tests, Pepsi-Cola proved of highest purity. Pepsi-Cola has more quick food energy and value, ounce for ounce, than any other leading nationally known cola. Yes, tested, compared against all other leading nationally known cola drinks, Pepsi-Cola won out. You get the best, and twice as much, in delicious Pepsi-Cola. And now to Counterspy.
M5 Havana calling Easy George Able Nan. M5 Havana calling Easy George Able Nan.
This is Easy George Able Nan. Come in, M5. Come in.
Important emergency instructions. Repeat emergency. I'm sending boat out to rendezvous point 17 William Richard, which you will pass over in a few minutes. At point 17 William Richard, you will bail out of plane.
M5. What about the merchandise?
Disregard merchandise.
Now, look, M5, I can't do a thing like that. After all, the cargo.
Cargo must be sacrificed to preserve safety of all concerned.
But maybe we can work it out another way. I don't want to have anything to do with...
This is in order. And final. Switch to automatic pilot for gradual dive and bail out. Did you hear me, Easy George?
Switching to automatic pilot for gradual dive.
That's better.
We'll bail out, M5. This is Easy George Able Man signing off.
Quiet down. Quiet down. I've got bad news for you. I can't smuggle you into the state. Now, you do just as I say, or I'll have to use this gun. All 8 of you, move back in the ship. Back to the sail. That's it, right there. Now, stay right there till I pull this lever. Parachuting out the bomb deck.
Please, Hotspur.
Sorry, honest, but I can't help you.
We do not have to be afraid to die, my friend. But if we were as wicked as thieves of man, we should be afraid to live.
I said I was sorry. That's all I can...
He shot out of the plane. We will be killed. We will all die. We must pray, please, pray. Ave Maria, gratia plena. Dominus tecum. Benedictus tuum.
keep those birds of yours quiet, especially that stinking vulture.
Since your return to Cuba from your aborted mission, you've not been yourself, Egan.
Those birds screeching that way make me think of those poor refugees in the plane, pleading for their lives. Rosa,
See you, Senor Egan.
give me another drink.
See you, Senor.
And hurry up, you fat sow. Egan is anxious to drown his conscience in my best wine.
It's easy for you to talk, Gregor, sitting here in your patio and listening to your crazy birds. You didn't have to dump 8 helpless people into the ocean. Sure, you can sleep at night.
Here is your drink, Senor Egan.
Thanks, Rosa.
Egan, in our business, sometimes drastic steps are necessary for self-preservation.
Talk is cheap. You didn't see their faces.
Perhaps, but I see the logic in disposing of them. If you had landed at the field in Florida with that shipment of aliens, you would have been picked up by the police. Would you have preferred that? Of course you would.
All right, but how did the police know about the trip?
Someone dropped the hint to them. Tell him, Ross.
At El Montero Cafe, I was told the flight was spotted.
Was anything said about me, Rosa?
No, Senor.
By the way, Egan.
Yes?
Rosa also had something else at the Montero Cafe. Something about you. Rosa.
I heard, Senor Egan, that when you had delivered some of Senor Gregor's clients safely to the United States, you took money from them. Blackmail money.
That's a rotten lie.
Of course, it's only a rumor.
I don't care what it is. It's still a lie.
It had better be, Egan. For your sake.
You can't frighten me, Gregor, because I've got nothing to hide. I've always been on the up and up with you.
Very well, Egan. Now, let's get back to business. We will continue our weekly passenger run from Cuba to Florida.
How can we? The cops are onto us.
We will no longer use a large plane. Temporarily, we will reduce our activities by using a small 5-passenger plane. And from now on, you will not land at our isolated field in Florida. Instead, we will avail ourselves of desolate stretches of beach along the coast.
Nothing's going to stand in the way of your making a fortune. Not even my neck, huh, Gregor?
Nothing, Egan. And least of all, your neck.
Operator, this is Captain Kincaid of the Miami Office Immigration Service. I want to put in a person-to-person call to Mr. David Harding, Chief of the Counterspies in Washington.
Hello, Captain Kincaid. This is Harding.
Oh, Mr. Harding, on that matter we discussed last week when I was in Washington, an emergency has arisen. We'd appreciate having counter-spy cooperation in this case now.
Anything at all, Captain.
Can you assign one of your Miami agents?
Better than that, Captain. I'm going to give this case my personal supervision. My assistant, Harry Peters, and I will leave immediately for Miami by jet plane. Go ahead, Captain Kincaid.
Well, Mr. Harding, this is the obsolete light army bomber I had flown over here to the Miami City airport to illustrate my theory.
Peters and I are very anxious to hear it. Please continue.
Now, this is the way I reconstruct the story. A surplus army bomber, identical with this one, left from an improvised runway outside Havana, Cuba last Friday with 8 aliens aboard. That we're fairly sure of through a contact in Havana.
But the plane never landed here in the States.
No, Mr. Peters. We had it under spotter observation in the Caribbean and suddenly lost it. And it didn't return to its Cuban base either.
What about the alien?
I'm just getting to that, Mr. Harding. All right, Bob. Mr. Harding, my theory is the bomb bay doors were opened like that, and the aliens were forced to jump to their deaths in the Caribbean, thousands of feet below. Mass murder.
Chief, this is about the lowest crime we've ever come across. The absolute lowest. Well, Kincaid, I suppose the smugglers must have been tipped off that their plane was spotted and warned the pilot, maybe by radio, huh?
I figure it the same way, Mr. Harding.
It could be, Chief, that the pilot bailed out and was picked up while the aliens went down with the plane. That's possible, Peters. That would account for the disappearance of the plane. Anyway, let's get started.
Havana, our next stop, Chief?
Havana next, Peters. With the cooperation of the Cuban police, we're starting on this alien smuggling racket by smuggling ourselves into Havana by speedboat.
Yes?
Senor Gregor, I'm coming to your house. I have something very interesting for you.
What is it, Rosa?
A letter, senor, from people in the United States to people here in Havana. What I told you about Senor Egan is no longer a rumor.
There's the pier ahead, Mr. Harding. Here's the class. Oh, thank you, Peter.
And it looks isolated enough for our purposes.
Good idea, Dave, taking this speedboat instead of a plane. Smugglers probably have their eyes on every airfield in Cuba.
There's no doubt about that, Peter. They have a terrific investment to protect.
We know there are thousands of aliens in Cuba, poor devils waiting for the chance to get into the United States. Those who can't get in under the legal quota are willing to pay their last cent to be smuggled in.
Nice game. Trafficking human misery. Dave, have you lined out a modus operandi for us?
Yes. Now, once we're smuggled in, we'll try to get ourselves smuggled out again.
Smuggled out? Dave, they'll know that we're not.
They'll never catch on to you, Peter.
Uh-oh. Here I go again.
You're still my star actor, Peter.
Okay, let's have it.
Well, by the time we get to Havana, you're going to look and talk like an alien. An alien willing to pay any price to get refuge in the United States.
Good afternoon, Senor Gregor.
The letter, Rosa.
See, the letter. You're anxious to see it, no?
Where is it?
Senor Gregor, you are a man of business. Rosa is a woman of business. She is not beautiful. She is not young and thin. So there is nothing left in life for poor Rosa. But money.
Rosa, you've always reminded me of my pet vulture here. The most disgusting of creatures.
You pay me a compliment, Senor Gregor. He is a cunning bird also, eh, Senor?
All right. How much for the letter?
$200.
The longer I know you, the more repulsive you become.
And the more valuable, eh, Senor? $200, please.
Here.
Much gracias. Here it is.
Yeah. The pilot made us give him our last dollars when we landed in the United States. We had to do it because if we didn't, he said he would report us to the American government.
You are being cheated, Senor Gregor.
You stupid cow. You think only the money worries me? Letters like this cause trouble. Talk it around. Egan has put my entire business in grave danger.
My knife, Senor. For $100, I could use it well.
I don't need you for this. Do not worry, Rosa. When the time comes, I will put an end to Egan personally. You see this dish of raw meat? Come with me over to the pool and you will understand quite clearly.
The pool?
My fish pond.
But you do not feed fish beef like this.
Rosa, my fish, you do feed beef like this. Those creatures you see swimming in my pond are piranha fish, a very unusual species from Brazil. Watch what happens when I throw the fish into the water. Now watch.
Like wolves, they make a pack.
They say, Rosa, that a small school of piranha fish can strip a human body of flesh in 4 minutes. An amusing thought, eh, Rosa?
Very amusing.
Observe. The fish seems to be still hungry. See them skimming the surface? Perhaps they should have bigger bait. Huh? What do you think, Rosa? Huh?
In a moment, back to Counterspy, presented by delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola, it's the spot. 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Twice as much and better, too.
Yes, twice as much and better, too. You know Pepsi gives you twice as much. You know Pepsi's better, tastes better. But now I want to make sure you know which cola drink is of proven highest quality. Listen, impartial tests were made comparing all the leading nationally known colas. And here's the news. Delicious Pepsi was rated tops for quick food energy and honest-to-goodness value, ounce for ounce. Yes, more value and quick food energy in every tasty sip of Pepsi. That's why Pepsi is so refreshing. Why you feel so good. Why you're on the beat. Why people call Pepsi their favorite treat. When the quality's proof tops and the taste is so delightful, so refreshing that you bubble and the quantity is double. Say, is it any wonder Pepsi's America's big, big favorite? Insist on tasty Pepsi wherever you may be. At the fountain, say, Pepsi, please. At the stand, say, Pepsi, please. And at the store, get Pepsi in the money-saving carton of 6 big bottles. How about getting a carton tonight of delicious Pepsi-Cola?
Delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Now back to Counterspy.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Yeah?
Please, a lighter for my pipe.
Why? Oh, certainly. There you are.
All clear, Mr. Harding?
All clear, Peters. No one in this section of the park. We can talk right here. How did you make out as Mr. Kovac?
Passed my first test with flying colors, Dave. I registered at the hotel patronized by refugees. I managed to make friends pretty quickly.
Any leads?
One of my new friends advised me that I might get what I wanted if I paid a visit to El Montero Cafe.
El Montero Cafe, huh?
A small native barroom on Del Caro Street. The place is run by a fat, middle-aged woman named Rosa. My friend also said that a visit to Rosa is the first step in making entry into the States.
Rosa must be the contact between the aliens and the smugglers.
Looks that way, Dave.
All right, Peters, or rather, Mr. Kovac, I guess it's time for you to visit this Rosa at El Montero Cafe. See how you make out in your second test.
And what do you want with me, Senor Kovac?
I have come to you for help, Rosa.
Help?
I wish passage to the United States.
To get to the United States, Senor Kovac, one has only to obtain passage on plane or boat. Why come to me?
I was told by friends that you could advise me of the steps necessary to get into the United States without detection by the authorities.
Senor, such a means of entry is dangerous, illegal, and they say expensive.
I have $25,000.
25,000. It would be a shame that a gentleman so anxious as you should not get what he wishes. Where are you staying in Cuba, Senor Kovac?
The Hotel Paloma.
Be in your hotel room at 10 tomorrow morning. And American named Egan will call on you and explain the arrangement.
Oh, thank you, Rosa. Thank you. You have no idea how much this means to me.
Then you passed your second test with flying colors, too, huh, Peters?
Guess I did, Dave. And your idea of mentioning $25,000 didn't do any harm. Did you manage to get a line on Egan after I called you earlier?
According to the Cuban police, Egan runs a small passenger plane service between Havana and Miami.
Mm-hmm. Probably a cover-up for smuggling activities. Only way Chief will be able to put an end to Egan's business tomorrow morning.
No, Peters, I'm not just interested in Egan and Rosa. It's obvious we can pick them up any time. No, there's somebody else. Somebody who's masterminding this operation.
I guess you're right, Dave, but how to get to him?
Well, I'd say that's up to you, and how well you do on your third test, Mr. Kovac.
Yes?
Senor Gregor, this is Rosa.
What is it, Rosa?
I have been looking all over for Egan. He is nowhere to be found.
Egan is here with me, waiting for me out in the patio. I was just about to introduce him to my amusing piranha fish.
But you will need Egan to fly the plane.
I've made arrangements for another pilot. He will be here next week.
But I have for you a client who wishes a trip to the United States now.
The client will wait, Rosa.
But he is willing to pay $25,000.
Oh? Well, Rosa, that is a different matter. It is fortunate you did not call me a few minutes late.
I made arrangements with the client for Egan to be at his hotel tomorrow morning at 10.
Very well, Rosa. Egan will be there. I will apologize to my piranha fish for the postponement.
There will be no postponement, Mr. Egan.
Don't you worry about that, Kovac. You show up tonight in the back room at El Montero Cafe with the $25,000. And by this time tomorrow, you'll be safe and snug in the USA.
United States of America. I can hardly wait. Mr. Egan, I'm so grateful to you for... excuse me, please. Hello?
Senor Kovac, this is Rosa. Is Senor Egan there?
Oh, yes, he is. Senor Egan, it is Rosa. She wishes to speak with you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, Rosa?
There is trouble. Do not betray yourself with words or looks.
Sure, Rosa. Go ahead.
A friend was just here in El Montero and told me about Senor Kovac. This morning at the hotel, there he saw the man who visited Kovac. The visitor was David Harding of the United States Counterspy.
What? Thanks for telling me, Rosa. Thanks very much.
Just in trouble, Mr. Egan. Did Rosa have bad news?
Not exactly, Kovac. Coming like it did now, in a way it was good news.
Then everything will go as she arranged it.
Well, there'll be just one thing.
My arm! Oh, you're trying to get out of this grip. The more it's going to hurt. I do not understand. Why are you doing this? I'll explain just as soon as I get this gun out of your shoulder holster.
All right, now. Get back.
Up against that wall. What is the meaning of this?
You can drop the act. Rosa phoned to tell me about some information she got on your visitor here this morning. Harding at the Counterspy. What do you got to say to yourself now?
Just one thing, Egan. If you're smart, you'll drop that gun and give yourself up.
You think I'm crazy, Kovac?
Just to set you straight, the name is Peters.
A Counterspy, too.
That's right, Egan.
So you want me to give myself over to you, that it?
It might go easier on you. If you do get away now, Egan, I'll get you anyway. I'll hound you till I get you.
That's where you're wrong, Peters. Your hounding days are over. I'm getting out of here. But you're not.
You fool, Egan. Murdering a counter-spy, you stupid, idiotic fool.
What do you expect me to do, Gregor? Let him take me in?
This will ruin everything.
So I'll lay low where they won't find me.
Don't you realize now the counter-spies will find you wherever you go? They won't rest until you're captured.
I thought you were so smart, Gregor. I thought you had a way of handling everything.
Of course. There is a way of handling this. Now that you're here, I have nothing to worry about.
What? What's the idea of that gun?
The idea, Egan, is self-preservation. If you were ever captured, you would sort out my part in the smuggling business.
No, Gregor. You can trust me.
I had intended to rid myself of you last night. You were saved by the fat, disgusting swine, Rosa. Now I'll take up where I left off.
Gregor, please. Wait. Don't.
I'm not going to shoot, Egan.
Huh?
I'm just taking you to the edge of the pool over there. Then I'll leave it to my piranha fish to destroy all evidence of your being. Now, Egan, you will commence walking through the...
Buenos dias, Senor.
Rosa, you threw that knife into Gregor.
See,
But why? You were on his side.
perhaps you do not understand how a woman feels to be talked to the way Senor Gregor always talked to me. I am not so young, nor am I so beautiful. I am not so fat, so disgusting as he said. I have been waiting for such an opportunity as this to answer Senor Gregor.
Hey, he's still alive.
See, I meant it so. I aimed my knife so that he should not die so easily, so painless.
I'll get a gun and finish him off.
Wait! Do not fire that gun.
But I have
to planned for him the death he planned for you. We will feed him to his cannibal fish, Senor Egan.
In the pond? Now, look, Rosa, I can't...
I have saved your life. You will do as I wish, no?
Okay. Guess I owe it to you.
You can drag him across the patio by the feet.
Yeah.
Even a woman such as I has feelings. He should not have choked me that way.
Stop where you are. Don't move. Keep him covered, Peters. Got him, Mr. Harding. Peters?
Senor Cormac, you're alive.
Sorry to disappoint you two. Can't be. I fired 2 shots into you.
Those were blanks in Peter's gun, Egan. They were in there waiting for you to use them.
Senor Egan, it is a drink.
That's right, Rosa. It was a member of the Cuban secret police who informed you that I'd visited Kovac's room. We wanted you to tip off Egan so he would lead us to the head smuggler.
Here we are, thanks to those blanks. Okay, but the slugs in this gun aren't blank.
Drop that gun, Egan. You don't have a chance.
I got nothing to lose. I'm making a try.
Stop, Egan.
All right, Peter, let it happen.
Peter's that end.
Yes, Chief. Nobody can live with those piranha fish.
You can call the Cuban police now. Tell them to come out for Rosa and Gregor. And we'll fly back home.
Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Bring it on now. Enjoy that bubbling, tangy, tasty treat. Sure hits the spot. At parties, it's a wonderful idea to serve delicious Pepsi. That extra quick food energy gives folks that bounce, that zing. And Pepsi's big 12-ounce bottles go twice as far. You get a carton of 6 bottles, and you serve 12 full-size drinks. So save that money. Get the best, and get twice as much in delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola, hit the spot. 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Twice as much and better, too. Pepsi-Cola is the drink for you.
That's it. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen on Thursday for the exciting Case of the Hooodlum's Hero on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Leonard L. Bass, dramatized by Edward Adamson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer, with music by Jesse Crawford. This is Jay Jackson speaking. Counterspy is a Phillips H. Lord production for Pepsi-Cola. Enjoy some delicious Pepsi tonight. Phillips H. Lord production for Pepsi-Cola. Enjoy some delicious Pepsi.
Pepsi-Cola, P-E-P-S-I. That's your smartest cola buy. Pepsi-Cola presents Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy, calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
Tonight, the case of the Hooodlum's hero, a thrilling counter-spy report to the American people, brought to you each Tuesday and Thursday by delicious Pepsi-Cola. And now, another report to the American people. In your family's interest, listen to these findings recently released by the United States Testing Company, Incorporated.
After thorough and impartial tests, Pepsi-Cola proved of highest purity. Pepsi-Cola has more quick food energy and value, ounce for ounce, than any other leading nationally known cola.
Yes, tested, compared against all other leading nationally known cola drinks, Pepsi-Cola won out. You get the best and twice as much in delicious Pepsi-Cola. And now to Counterspy.
Snowstorm sure comes in handy, huh, Jigger?
Yeah, Benny. Hey, which freight car is it?
It's one after the next.
Benny, I hope you got that railroad Bulls Beach figured out right.
I always got everything figured out right, Squirt. Remember that.
Okay, sure, Benny, sure.
And what are you shaking in your pants about?
Just a little scared. Look, it's the kid's first job, Benny.
Who's asking you an opinion, Jigger?
What? Nobody, Benny.
And keep your trap shut. Okay, here we are. Now you take the chisel, Jigger.
Right.
Squirt, you the hammer.
Yeah.
Use the burlap over it to keep it quiet.
All right, Benny.
Pry up the lock. I'll get on there with the crowbar. It's starting to give. A couple more whacks will do it.
Okay, Benny. All yours.
Right.
I'll have this lock off and nothing flat.
Okay. Push the door back. Let's get in there.
Okay.
Now, give me the flashlight, Jigger.
Here you are, Benny.
Them's the crates. I will see if they got those fancy precision tools in them like I was tipped off. You hold down the end of the crate, Squirt. Jigger will pry up the top. Right, Jigger.
Right, Benny.
There they are. A whole mess of super-duper tools.
Boy, did you bring us a couple of good bucks, huh, Benny?
Just like the man said. Got the gunny sack, Squirt?
Yeah, right here, Benny.
Okay, pass one to Jigger. You two get them filled up fast. I'll start on another crate.
Okay, kid, let's you and I make like Santa Claus.
Hold it.
What's the matter?
Shut up. Well, I heard somebody outside. Like somebody walking on the snow. Nah, I guess it was nothing.
Come here, Jiggy. Let go of my leg. Let go.
Jiggy, what are we going to do? You're coming with me out of here.
Fat chance of that, copper.
You're crazy, kid. Put that knife down.
Sure, copper. I'll put it down. I'll put it down, and you...
Benny? Jigger? Over here behind the hallway stairs, Squirt.
Where you been, Squirt?
My mom and Papa right down the parlor. Let's go downstairs.
Okay.
Benny wants to know where you've been for the last 3 days, Squirt.
Why didn't you show up the next morning like you were supposed to? Don't you want your cut on those tools, Squirt?
No, Benny. Why not?
Shut your face, Jigger. I'm handling this.
I'm afraid, Benny. I don't want to do anything like that again.
What's to be afraid of? I got rid of the merchandise. Everybody forgot about that railroad bit getting knocked off.
Just the same, Benny.
Just the same, you ain't pulling out.
Benny, look,
You're staying in, you understand?
Hey, Benny.
You're in till I say you can pull out.
Benny, please, no more.
No more. I'm going to slap that face of yours around so I make sure you know what I'm talking about.
That's enough of that.
See the idea? We were just standing...
Come with me. You only has 2 kids with you. Let's go. Well, where are we going?
You're going to headquarters.
And this is headquarters, Benny. How do you like it? No clippers in the back, Muggsy.
Yeah, Mr. Laredo, sure.
Well, I asked you kids how you liked
It's okay, Miss Laredo. It's real okay. Gee, your own barber chair and everything.
Yeah. Hey, who's the silent kid?
I am? That's Squirt.
Maybe Squirt ain't impressed.
Sure he is. Ain't you, Squirt? Ain't you? Yeah, sure.
So you all think a lot of Slick Laredo's headquarters, huh? Well, you should. A lot of business goes on in this office. Big business. I guess you kids thought it was the cops when I had you picked up, huh?
Yeah, you had me fooled, Mr. Laredo.
Yeah, and scared?
I ain't ever scared. Of nothing.
Tough kid, huh?
I get along.
I like a kid who's got guts. Just like I was when I was a greenhorn. How much Joe give you for the tools, Benny?
Tools, Mr. Laredo? I don't know what you're getting at.
Smart mouth, too. Kid's okay, eh, Muggsy?
Yeah, boss, okay.
Now, look, Benny, I know you took the tools to the fence. Joe told me all about it. Tough about that railroad bull, huh? Little off the top, Muggsy.
Yeah, boss, sure.
I had my eye on you and Jigger here for a long time.
Hey, Benny, he's been watching us.
Benny, how would you and Jigger and Squirt like to come in with me?
Come in with you, Mr. Laredo?
It's slick to you, Benny.
Well, Slick? What's your proposition?
Hey, Muggsy, how do you like this kid? Pretty sharp, huh?
Yeah, boss, sure.
The proposition, Benny, is drawing account on 10% of all you take. No penny-ante stuff like freight yard hauls either. I set the deals up for you, and I protect you.
Gee, Benny, that sounds swell to me. What do you think, Squirt?
Who asked you two characters for an opinion?
Well, Benny?
Okay, Slick. It's a deal. Now, about that 10%.
What about it?
I like to look forward to promotions.
Oh, real sharp kid, huh? We'll talk about promotions after your first job. It's set for Tuesday night, bookie joint over on 3rd Avenue. I'll line it out with you tomorrow, okay?
It's okay with me.
And, Benny.
Yes, Slick?
Get rid of that knife you carry. You're in the big time now. I got a special gun for you. Okay, Muggsy, go easy on the sideburns, huh?
Yeah, boss, sure.
From David Harding, Counterspy Headquarters, Washington, to Commissioner of Police Robert Denfield, Bay City. Replying to your recent request for assistance in regard to rise of juvenile delinquency in your city, my assistant Harry Peters and I will arrive your city tomorrow morning. We'll meet you at headquarters.
Write down this card, Mr. Harding. We've turned the whole sub-basement of our police headquarters here into a special line-up room for juvenile cases.
See, Commissioner Denfield. To separate them from the older and hardened criminals, huh?
Yes. I got the idea from one of your counter-spy bulletins. I asked you to come down here, Mr. Harding, so you could see firsthand this city's juvenile delinquency problem.
Well, that's why we're on this tour, Commissioner Denfield. See what the counter-spies can do to help.
Oh, here we are. We can sit right here in the back of the room. All right, Myers, you may begin. Mr. Harding, I think you'll be shocked by the youthfulness of our offenders.
Well, after the conditions I've seen in other cities, Commissioner, I'm a little beyond being shocked.
Oh, there go the lights down. They're ready to begin.
James Valenti, alias Joe Valley, alias the Sheriff. Age 18, 5 feet 8 inches, 138 pounds. Charged with unlawful entry. Previous offenses: assault, carrying arms without a permit, breaking and entering. Step down.
He started at 15, Mr. Harding.
A running start, I'd say, Commissioner.
Sidney Ratter, alias Sullen Sam, alias Nuts, age 19, 5 feet 11, 172 pounds. Charged with felonious assault. Previous offenses: assault, battery, carrying concealed weapons. Step down.
19 years old.
Wait till you hear about the next one, Mr. Harding.
Anthony Romano, age 17, 5 feet inches, 153 pounds. Held for arraignment and first-degree murder charge. Step down.
Killer at 17.
As a result of gang vengeance, Mr. Harding. Have you seen enough?
Yes, plenty.
Hold it, Myers.
All right, Commissioner.
Mr. Harding, some days we get as many as 30 juvenile offenders.
Well, Commissioner, I've seen cities where the rate was even higher. But in many cases, we've been able to effect a marked decrease. However, it's not a thing you lick overnight.
Oh, I know that, Mr. Harding. And I know, too, the fine work you're accomplishing with your junior counterspy organization. I hope you can help us.
Well, we'll do all we can. I'd better get upstairs to my assistant, Harry Peters. He should be about finished going through your files. Well, Peter, come up with anything?
Dave, looks as if you're right again.
You mean you found a likely Fagin in the files?
I've got a line on one rackets boy in this town who sure looks as if he's it.
Now, go ahead.
I'll read you my notes. Salvador Laredo, nicknamed Slick, because he's fastidious about his dress and appearance. 31 years old, 12 arrests, no convictions.
I can see where the Slick fits for other reasons.
Over half of his arrests were for contributing to delinquency of minors, such as sale of lottery tickets, working numbers racket, gambling and betting in pool halls and bowling alleys.
Anything else on him, Peter?
Nothing except that he was a former dead-end kid who worked his way to the criminal top.
I'm afraid that's much more than nothing, Peter.
What do you mean, Dave?
Well, I mean that kids who get off on the wrong foot are easily attracted to a racketeer like Laredo.
Yes, I didn't know what you were driving at. Kids with the wrong slant would make an idol of a character like that. Do anything for him.
So we have the same old problem, trying to make those boys understand that it's unhealthy to respect a lawbreaker. Well, Peters, we'll put him under 24-hour surveillance. We'll keep at it until Slick finds out he's not as slick as he thinks he is.
What time is it, Chicken?
2 minutes to go, Benny.
Hey, Benny, what if a cop sees you in the alley?
You going chicken on me again, Squirt?
No, Benny. Just the way things are now with us working for Slick Laredo and you and I with a gun and all. Look, Benny, what if you have to use that gun?
So I know how to use it. Even better than a knife. And if you ever try anything funny, Squirt, I'll show you what I mean.
Hey, Benny, can we move in now, huh?
No. Slick said the bookie in that shop there don't finish counting his take till 2 a.m. Slick said to hit him right on the dot at 2. That's when we're moving in.
Hey, Benny.
What is it?
There's somebody down there in the area alley.
I don't see nobody.
I'm sure. I saw something move.
It's just a cat, you dumb cluck. Ought to paste your face into giving us the jumps.
It's 2 o'clock, Benny.
Okay, let's go. All right, here's the back door. You stay behind me when he opens the door, Jacob. Remember the code knock?
Yeah. 3 long and 2 short.
Mm-hmm. Now, you, Squirt, you stick right here. Keep your eye peeled.
Yeah? What do you want?
It's a stick-up, pal.
Huh?
Reach and keep him there.
Why, you crummy little punk.
Get him up like I said, or I'll blow your stupid brains right out of that fat face. Up! All right, now back up. Come on, Jacob. Close the door.
Right.
All right, where's the bundle, fat face?
Bundle?
The dough to take for today. Where is it?
Okay. Over there in the safe.
Go on, open it.
Sure.
You're being too easy, fat face. If you're thinking of pulling a fast one, forget it.
I've seen too many trigger-happy kids like you to try anything fast. I know better than to...
Hey,
give me that gun or I'll break your arm right off.
Yeah, fat face, I'll give it to you. Right now.
Let's get out of here, Benny, when I'm finished. All right, fat face, you asked for it.
No, don't, not again.
So I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you for good.
moment, back to Counterspy, presented by delicious Pepsi-Cola. Have you heard about those tests by that famous laboratory? Have you heard the latest news in the Pepsi-Cola story?
Yes, there's big news about Pepsi. The cola you've always known was most delicious. The cola you've always known was best value is now shown to be the cola of proven highest quality. That's right. The U.S. Testing Company Incorporated reports you get more quick food energy ounce for ounce in delicious Pepsi-Cola than any other nationally known leading cola drink.
Yes, your Pepsi is really tops. Tastes the tops, is the tops, and gives the most. So go ahead, enjoy that extra zing and bounce delicious Pepsi gives you. Insist on it wherever you may be. When you stop at the fountain, make sure you say, Pepsi, please. When you stop at a stand, make sure you say, Pepsi, please. And at the store, get Pepsi in the money-saving carton of 6 big 12-ounce bottles. Pepsi 6 bottles serve 12 refreshing glassfuls, twice as much. So save money and get the best. Come on, sing the Pepsi song with us.
Pepsi-Cola, hit the spot. 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Twice as much and better, too. Pepsi-Cola is the drink for you. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Delicious Pepsi-Cola.
And now, back to Counterspy.
Counterspy Field Office to Peters, Special Squad Car X3.
Peters, go ahead, Dave.
What's your location, Peters?
Wentworth Avenue between 5th and 6th. Cruising.
Well, Peters, I just got a call from Commissioner Denfield about Slick Laredo. I'll meet you at the corner of 11th and Millwood. Get there as fast as you can.
Will do, Chief.
Peters, the name of the murdered bookie is Johnny Sandusky. That mean anything to you?
Yes, Dave. Sandusky's name was on one of those Laredo reports I turned into you. He was one of Slick Laredo's biggest rivals in this town.
So was Vince Fresno, until he was mysteriously murdered 2 months ago.
Get the picture, Peters? How can you miss it? Laredo's out to consolidate its position as top racket boy.
That's it. We know from our surveillance reports on Laredo that he wasn't within 5 miles of the store where the murder took place early this morning. So the question is, who does Laredo's dirty work?
You think it might be some kid, Dave?
Well, that's possible, due to the fact that Slick Laredo is notorious for exploiting minors.
What's your plan, Chief?
Well, an old but reliable one, to capitalize on criminal pattern. You can almost be sure that Laredo isn't going to stop eliminating his competition until he can wear his crown without worry.
Well, according to our reports, Laredo still has 2 big rivals outstanding. Georgie Troy and Ken Easton.
Yeah. So I've asked Commissioner Denfield not to have Laredo picked up for questioning in Sandusky's murder.
I don't think he got away with it,
I have an idea it'll encourage him to proceed with his elimination tournament with a little less caution.
In other words, Dave, build up his ego.
That's right, Peters. Build it up for the big letdown.
Benny, you shouldn't call me here at the house.
Squirt, me and Jigger are still waiting for you down at the candy store. What's the stall for?
My mom's right in the next room. I can't talk now.
You don't have to talk. I'll do the talking. Slick Laredo's expecting us over at his headquarters. And Slick's like me. He don't like to be kept waiting.
Yeah, but Benny, I don't feel so good.
You feel that worse if I have to come there and get you?
No, Benny, please, don't do that.
Okay, then, Squirt. You got just 5 minutes to get here.
Feels good, Woodsy. Keep working on that shoulder a little.
Yeah, boss, sure.
Great thing to rub down, Benny. Keeps you right in the pink.
It's like you said we were going to talk business.
I'm the one guy who can mix business with pleasure. That right, Muggsy?
Yeah, boss, sure.
Some vocabulary Muggsy's got, huh, Benny? But Muggsy ain't as dumb as he sounds. The less you talk, the less trouble you get into. Hey, Muggsy?
Yeah, boss, sure.
Benny, I had Jigger and Squirt wait outside because I wanted to talk to you alone. I had one of my smokes on the table there. I got them special blended for me.
No, thanks. Slick, you still haven't said anything about our 10% for the job the other night.
10%? What 10% are you talking about?
The 10 you What are you trying to pull?
I changed my mind about the 10%.
The deal was 10%.
That was the deal. Now I got another.
Look, there was some trouble getting that dough. You know, I had to knock Sandusky off.
That's the way things go sometimes. I'll turn over so you can work on the other side, Muggsy.
Yeah, boss, sure.
Look, Slick, me and my boys delivered.
Sure you delivered. I like the way you did it.
Well, then why cut us down?
Who said I was cutting you down? I'm upping the percentage.
What?
To 25, Benny. What do you say to that?
25? Hey, that's okay. Hey, what's the catch?
You like this Benny, huh, Muggsy? On his toes, always looking for the angle, huh? Got what it takes, huh?
Yeah, boss, sure.
No catch, Benny. I like the way you operate. You got guts, know what to do when it's got to be done.
That's right, Slick. I'm no slouch.
Now, Benny, I got another job for you. Call Jigger and Squirt in here, and I'll line the proposition out.
Agent Braden just radioed his report to our patrol point. Any activity at Ken Easton's bookie shop, Peters? Nothing so far, Dave. Report says it's quiet as a mouse over there. All right, Peters, but I'm willing to bet a good part of my pension that there will be activity soon, either at Easton's or Georgie Troy's place across the street.
I'm beginning to fall asleep on my feet, Dave.
Yeah. A little done in myself, Peter. Almost 2 a.m.
Well, looks like tonight's not the night, Dave. You may just as well...
I can go with it.
What? What's up?
That boy. Coming out of the alley across the street, under that Pepsi-Cola sign. See him?
Yeah. The alley right next to Troy's place.
There he goes back in again.
Let's be the lookout.
Let's go, Peters. We'll grab him first.
Let go, will you? Let go of me.
You're staying right here, youngster.
I didn't do anything.
You whistled when you saw us coming. You gave your friends the signal to make a run for it.
No, I didn't, mister. I was just whistling because
You got away, Mr. Harding. Ducked over a back fence.
All right, Peters. We'll take this one back to the car. Now, look, Squirt, telling me the truth will only do you good.
Please, Mr. Harding, I told you what I was doing in that alley.
Mr. Harding said the truth, Squirt.
I know quite a bit about boys, Squirt. I've dealt with all kinds. I can tell pretty quickly just what kind of a person a boy is at heart. You're frightened. That's why you're not telling me the truth. And it's not because you're afraid of me. It's someone else.
Mr. Harding, let me alone, will you?
You're protecting someone else, not because you like him, but because you fear him.
He's got nothing to fear now, Squirt.
He'll kill me if I talk. I know he'll kill me.
Whoever it is, Squirt, I promise you he'll never get the chance.
Is it Slick Laredo?
Slick? How did you know we were...
Then it is Laredo.
No, he's not the one I'm scared of.
But you have been working for Laredo.
Come on, Squirt, answer. It is Laredo, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Harding. We were working for Laredo.
I promise you, Squirt, you have everything to gain if you'll tell us the whole story.
All right, Mr. Harding. I'll tell you everything.
What'd you come back here for, Benny? You're supposed to follow orders.
I want to talk to you, Slick.
So talk.
Alone.
Vamoose, Muggsy.
Yeah, boss, sure.
So now we're alone, Benny.
I want to talk to you about the job tonight. The job we didn't finish pulling.
Didn't finish?
Because we didn't get a chance.
What are you driving at?
The cops are outside Georgie Troy's place.
What?
They grabbed Squirt. Jigger and me lammed over a fence just in time.
Will Squirt talk?
Sure he'll open. Squirt's yellow from top to bottom.
Well, we better blow out of town.
You're staying right here, Slick.
What? Hey, what's the idea of that?
I'm giving this gun back to you, Slick.
Back?
Right in that sneaky face of yours.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Crazy or something?
Yeah, like a fox. Before I beat it out of Georgie Troy's place, he tipped me off to your angle, Slick.
Angle? I ain't got any angle.
You didn't care about the dough we got for you in the halls. That's why you gave us 25%. All you cared about was getting the competition out of the way.
You can't believe Troy. He'd tell you anything.
You were just using me to torpedo Sandusky and Troy. The next haul was to be set up at 10 Easton's joint, wasn't it, Slick? Easton was to be next, huh? And then when I got rid of Easton for you, I'd get the kiss off.
Benny, you got it all wrong. I wouldn't do a thing like that to you.
You're a stinking liar. I'm going to give you the same kind of a break you were going to give me. I'll give you...
Nice work, Muggsy.
Yeah, boss, sure.
Good thing I had that buzzer signal button on the side of my desk. Imagine a little punk like that trying to outsmart Slick Laredo.
What do we do about him, boss?
It's going to give me a special pleasure to take care of him right now. Hand me his gun.
Here you are.
Goodbye, Benny.
Drop that gun, Laredo.
Boss.
Drop it or my next shot will be your finish.
Okay. Don't shoot again.
Keep the other one covered, Peter. Got it, Mr. Harding.
Harding.
That's right, Laredo.
How's Benny, Peters?
Just a crack on the head. He'll be coming around any minute, Chief.
All right, Peters. While we're waiting, we'll explain to Slick Laredo just how bad an investment young hoodlums can be.
Well, that takes care of the hoodlum's hero. Now let's take care of the refreshments. Bring on those big Pepsis and have delicious Pepsi-Cola all around. Tastes good. You just can't match Pepsi's fresh, tangy flavor. And there's plenty for two of you in Pepsi's big 12-ounce bottles. Get Pepsi by the carton. It's 6 bottles, but 12 drinks. So save all that money and enjoy that extra zing and bounce delicious Pepsi gives you. Remember, Pepsi's proven highest quality, yet it gives you twice as much.
Pepsi-Cola is a spot. 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Twice as much and better, too. Pepsi-Cola is a drink for you. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen on Tuesday for the exciting Case of the Fabulous Formula.
The discovery of a new defense secret and the brutal liquidation of the inventor sent your counterspies on a trail of violent death. The stakes, an important government secret. The enemy, one of the strangest we have ever faced. Listen on Tuesday to
The Case of the Fabulous Formula on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Marks V. Loeb, dramatized by Edward Adamson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer, with music by Jesse Crawford. This is Jay Jackson speaking. Counterspy is a Phillips H. Lord production for Pepsi-Cola. Enjoy some delicious Pepsi tonight.
Pepsi-Cola, P-E-P-S-I. That's your smartest cola buy. Pepsi-Cola presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy. Calling Washington.
United States Counterspy, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
Tonight, the case of the fabulous formula, a thrilling counter-spy report for the American people. Brought to you each Tuesday and Thursday by delicious Pepsi-Cola.
And now, another report to the American people. In your family's interest, listen to these findings, recently released by the United States Testing Company, Incorporated.
After thorough and impartial tests, Pepsi-Cola proved of highest purity. Pepsi-Cola has more quick food energy and value, ounce for ounce, than any other leading nationally known cola.
Yes, tested, compared against all other leading nationally known cola drinks, Pepsi-Cola won out. You get the best and twice as much in delicious Pepsi-Cola. And now to Counterspy. On the morning of March 14th, 1950, Dr. Frederick Ziegler, eminent scientist in chemical research, was in the secret basement laboratory of his home on the outskirts of Philadelphia, talking to his assistant, Anthony Kirk.
Kirk, my boy, I finished the experiment. That is why I called you. I wanted you to be one of the first to hear the good news.
Well, I really appreciate that, Dr. Ziegler. Of course, you never did tell me just what the experiment was.
Well, now I feel free to tell you, Kirk. What I have accomplished will be vitally important to our national defense. Come over here to the left table.
All right.
Just a moment till I unlock this door.
Okay.
Well, Kirk, here it is.
It looks like mica.
It is mica, my boy. In a way.
In a way?
It is an artificially produced matter with all the invaluable properties of mica inherent. With the formula I developed, an unlimited amount of this matter can be chemically manufactured quickly and inexpensively.
What about the formula itself?
It's all down here in this book.
Is that right?
Thanks, Doctor. Oh, Kirk.
I'm keeping this formula.
Keeping? Now, stop joking, my boy. Come now, give me this.
Stay right where you are.
Kirk!
Now you can see I'm not joking. Unless this gun amuses you.
Oh, boy, what has gotten into you?
Sit down, Doctor. On that lab stool there.
But, Kirk...
Sit down. Don't you try to move.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to perform an experiment of my own. Just for you. Now watch closely. I take some cotton out of the wrapper in the medical aid kit here. That's the first step. Now the second step. I pour some of this nitroglycerin onto a handful of the cotton. And then I let it soak through for a moment and dry a bit in the air. And then I stuff it into this crucible on the lab table in front of you. Now, Doctor, what do you think of my experiment so far?
You have made gun cotton.
Uh-huh. A simple but effective explosive. Now we need a fuse to ignite our gun cotton, don't we? So we pull out a long strand of the cotton, stretching at the length of the lab table like this. Now, we're all set to make the test.
You're going to kill me.
Oh, no, Dr. Ziegler. You're killing yourself. You see, chemical labs are notoriously dangerous places in which to work. You're going to have an accident which destroys not only you, but seemingly your formula, too.
Kirk, I hope when they get you...
Sorry, no time for bitterness. Goodbye, Doctor. Thanks for everything.
meet me in the lobby of the National Standards Bureau. At 2 o'clock, we are scheduled for an important defense matter conference with Mr. Carson.
Well, Rudolph, that's the whole story. The explosion went off just as I stepped out of the side door.
Now, Kirk, you sure about Dr. Ziegler's housekeeper, huh?
Positive. Today is her day off.
And you're also sure that the formula on these pages you gave me is complete?
There's no mistake about that, Rudolph.
Good.
There's Freddie now.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'll let him in. Come on in, Freddie. For you.
Well, nice work in getting that formula, Kirk, old chap. Thanks for the compliment, Freddie, but right now I'm more interested in getting paid off for my work and leaving Philly. I received a message from the contact. This note was delivered to me a half hour ago. Read it, Rudolph.
Find the living symbol of an empire, and you'll discover it's educational and entertaining.
Yes, those are the directions where to meet the contact, whoever he may be. What kind of a stupid kid's game is this? Freddie, you told Rudolph and me we'd get our share when we delivered the formula. Yes, when it's delivered to the contact. Well, I've been working a bit on this cryptogram. The living symbol of an empire. All right. The British Empire. The lion. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let me see that again. Lion, educational and entertaining. Sure, the public library.
No, you forget, old thing. It says living symbol. Those are stone lines.
Now, look, I've done all the dirty work so far, and I want money for it, not puzzles. I want money.
Hold on, Kirk.
What now?
Lions. Living symbols. Yes. Come along, you two.
Where are we going, Freddie?
Why, to the Lion House, Rudolph, old chap. The Lion House in the Park Zoo.
Miss Carson, Mr. Harding, and Mr. Peters are here.
Have them come in. And Miss White.
Yes, sir?
I don't want any interruptions for the next half hour.
Very well, Mr. Carson. Gentlemen, will you come in, please?
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carson.
Afternoon, Mr. Harding. How are you, Mr. Peters?
Fine, thank you.
Please sit down, gentlemen. I had just sent for some lunch. Join me?
No, thank you, but I would take a Pepsi-Cola. Make that two.
Miss White, please add 2 Pepsis to my order.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Harding, I've been keeping you informed about Dr. Frederick Ziegler of Philadelphia and his efforts to compound artificial mica.
Yes.
Well, at last he has succeeded.
Oh?
Yes, I got a call from him early this morning.
That's wonderful news, Mr. Carson. Well, I suppose you'd like the Counterspy to keep the doctor, his home, and his private laboratory under surveillance. Is that it?
That's it exactly.
Well, on the way upstairs here, I started to brief Peters on the importance of artificial mica. Mr. Carson, maybe you'd like to take the ball for me.
Glad to. Mr. Peters, the Department of National Defense has a very special interest in mica.
Yes, Mr. Harding got that far. It's used in radar and radio apparatus.
A very strategic material for such equipment, and our supply of it in its natural state could be readily cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, the United States used 10,000 tons of mica, and all but 135 tons came from abroad.
Then Dr. Ziegler's really got something there.
Yes, he most certainly has. Now we'll be supplied with mica in unlimited quantity. Pardon me. Miss White, didn't I tell you I wanted no interruptions?
I'm sorry, sir, but this is very important. It's about Dr. Ziegler. He's dead.
What?
The doctor's housekeeper just called. The doctor was killed in an explosion in his basement laboratory. They haven't been able to reach his assistant, Anthony Kirk, as yet.
Thank you, Miss White. You heard that, gentlemen?
Yes. Peters, call the airport. Tell them to have my plane ready. We're getting to Dr. Ziegler's lab in Philadelphia as fast as we can.
Nasty, huh, Dave?
Very nasty, Peters. After the explosion, the papers on the table here must have caught fire.
I wonder what Ziegler was doing when the explosion went off.
Well, from the way it looks, he was mixing something in this crucible. Peters. Look at this on the side of his forehead.
Yeah. Small
marks,
like letters. One of them reversed. C-O-T.
Mm-hmm.
Something was printing on it, was blown against his head, blown hard enough to leave the imprint of those letters. C-O-T. Wonder. Wait. That first aid chest over there on the wall. Peters, look at this package of cotton.
Part of the label has been torn away with the letters T-O-N left on it.
I think we have the answer to the explosion, Peters. Gun cotton.
Gun cotton?
Plain medical cotton, probably soaked with nitroglycerin, a crude but most lethal explosive.
Gotcha, Chief. The fragment of the wet label blew against the side of Ziegler's head, imprinting the letters.
Exactly.
That means the explosion was definitely no accident.
Definitely. It was a scientific murder, planned to hide the theft of a vital American defense secret.
Flying house. Rudolph, if I'd known after a year of being cooped up with a nutty old scientist, I'd be playing games in the dark in the park zoo.
Easy does it, Kirk, old boy.
Look, Friday, I don't go for this waiting any more than Kirk. Not knowing who the contact is or when to go show, and me carrying practically TNT in my coat pocket.
Violet, 25 seconds. Violet, gentlemen.
Look, we don't want any. Hey, watch where you're going.
Violet, to your pretty lady. Only 25 cents a box.
I said no. Get out of here. Beat it.
No need to be surly, Rudolph. Here's a few coins, Mother. You can keep the posies. Just hop along like a good old girl, eh?
Yes, sir. And take care, sir.
Right.
Violet.
You're a smart one, Freddie. Why'd you give that old dame a handout? She's liable to remember us and...
Did it occur to you, Rudolph, that your ugliness may have made a more lasting impression if I hadn't amended matters with a few coins? Freddie is right, Rudolph.
Freddie is right. Okay. Only you two are beginning to give me a...
Rudolph. What happened to him, Freddie? There, Kirk. You can see now what happened. A knife in his back.
Who threw it? Where did it come from?
There's no time to worry about that now. I've got to get out of here quickly.
The formula.
In his topcoat pocket. Hurry, get it.
Okay.
Well, Kirk, don't stand there. Now that you have the formula, let's skip along.
I haven't the formula.
What's that?
Here. Look at these pages. Nothing on them. They're blank.
In a moment, back to Counterspy, presented by delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola, hit the spot, 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Twice as much and better, too.
Yes, twice as much and better, too. You know Pepsi gives you twice as much. You know Pepsi's better, tastes better. But I want to make sure you know which cola drink is of proven highest quality.
Listen, impartial tests were made comparing all the leading nationally known colas. And here's the news. Delicious Pepsi was rated top for quick food energy and honest-to-goodness value, ounce for ounce.
Yes, more value and quick food energy in every tasty sip of Pepsi. That's why Pepsi's so refreshing. Why you feel so good. Why you're on the feet. Why people call Pepsi their favorite treat. When the quality's proved top and the taste is so delightful, so refreshing that you bubble and the quantity is double. Say, is it any wonder Pepsi's America's big, big favorite? Insist on tasty Pepsi wherever you may be. At the fountain, say, Pepsi, please. At the stand, say, Pepsi, please. And at the store, get Pepsi in the money-saving carton of 6 big bottles. How about getting a carton tonight of delicious Pepsi-Cola?
Delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola, delicious Pepsi-Cola.
And now, back to Counterspy.
Attention all counterspies in Philadelphia sector. Blue alert. Repeat, blue alert. This is David Harding. Wanted, Anthony Kirk, for the murder of Dr. Frederick Ziegler and the theft of a vital national defense secret.
Warning, proceed with caution. Kirk is probably armed and will fire to avoid capture. This man must be apprehended, dead or alive.
We'll be out of the park in a few moments, Kirk. Lucky no one saw us near Rudolph.
What bothers me, Freddy, is what could have happened to the formula that was in Rudolph's pocket.
I have an idea, Kirk, that Rudolph was trying a bit of fancy business on us.
You mean a double cross?
Right. It probably left the formula papers in the apartment. Sleight of hand, you know?
All right, but who threw that knife?
I have an idea about that, too, old chap. I believe that knife was meant for one of us.
What?
I believe Rudolph's plan, with the help of an accomplice, was to rid himself of us one at a time.
Oh, he stepped in the wrong direction and got the knife and...
Here, hold up, old chap.
What's wrong?
Up the walk a bit.
The flower woman. We can't let her see us.
It's too late now. She's coming this way.
What do we do?
We still have luck on our side, old boy. It's getting quite dark. No one's in sight. The bushes on either side of the walk will afford excellent protection.
Protection? What do you mean? For what?
For an ugly but necessary action. All right, here she comes.
Violet. Only 25 cents to buy. Violet?
Hello, Mother. Well, don't you remember me?
Oh, yes. You're the kind gentleman who was at the zoo. I'm glad I met you again. There's something I want to repay.
Well, this is the place to do it.
So it is, Freddie.
What?
Hey, what is this? She's not an old woman at all.
But even you didn't recognize me, did you, Freddie?
Vivian! But I had no idea you were the contact.
Freddie, who is she?
Well, Kirk, old chap, I have the honor to present you to Vivian Lawrence.
Your unknown employer, Kirk.
I don't get all this.
Well, I'll be brief, Kirk. I got the formula from Rudolph's pocket back at the zoo. And it was I who threw the knife which killed Rudolph. A knife just like this one.
Oh, but why did you do it? Rudolph was working for you as I was.
You used exactly the proper tense, Kirk. As you were. All right, Freddie. Drag him into the bushes and we'll be on our way.
Peters calling Mr. Harding in car C7.
Harding, go ahead, Peters.
I'm in the city park, Dave. We've located Anthony Kirk.
Yeah?
He's got a knife in his chest. A passerby heard him groaning in the bushes. Kirk is the second stabbing victim found in the park within 10 minutes. The other one is dead.
What about the formula?
No sign of it, Dave. Kirk hasn't talked so far. The ambulance doc says he may not be alive by the time they reach City Hospital.
Peters, get into that ambulance. Have them go by way of Market Street. I'll intercept you as fast as I can.
Kirk, here's Mr. Harding, Chief of the United States Counterspies. I want you to listen to what he says.
Kirk, you're dying. Talking now, telling the truth, can only help. The doctor says you have perhaps 5 minutes at the outside.
5 minutes? It's your last chance to do one decent thing, Kirk. You did kill Dr. Ziegler.
I killed him.
And you stole the mica formula.
Yes. Where is it?
She has it.
Go ahead, Kirk. She. Who is she? Her name, Kirk.
Name? Try, Kirk. Try. Vivian
Lawrence. He's dead.
Vivian Lawrence.
Familiar to you, Peters?
Sure is, Dave. We had plenty of trouble with that dame before Pearl Harbor when she was poking around over here for the Tin Caesars.
The cleverest operator in the business.
You'd say that again. Clever enough to get back into this country without detection.
Yes, and clever enough to get out and sell that formula to the highest bidder, unless we work as we've never worked before.
Hurry with those drinks, Freddie.
Righto. And now we continue with our program of musical interludes. Hey, it worked rather well, eh, Vivian?
Naturally, Freddie. Everything I plan works well.
Really, old dear, you have such a positive nature.
Well, I'd have been dead years ago if I didn't, old dear. Now, what about those drinks?
Righto. Here you are.
Thank you.
Well, a toast, Vivian. Here's to this city of brotherly love from which we extracted such a prize.
To Philadelphia, Freddie. And $1 million worth of American scientific ingenuity.
I must interrupt this program to bring you a special message from Mr. David Harding, Chief of the United States Counterspies. Mr. Harding.
What could that dull soul want to say? I'll change the station.
No, wait. Let it alone.
Good evening. Your counterspies have just learned the identity of the person who has stolen the formula of a secret American scientific development.
Vivian.
That person's name is Vivian Lawrence.
Vivian.
Now, you can help your government by being on the alert, on a constantly sharp lookout for any woman who resembles the description which I will give to you, and reporting such person to your nearest counterspy field office. Now, here's the detailed description of Vivian Lawrence. She is 36 years of age. Height?
We'll get out of this city.
Yes, but where will we go? What do we do?
I've found ways out before, and I'll find one now.
Hello, operator. Get me the sheriff's office. Hello, Sheriff. This is Bill Sampson. I operate the gas station on Seminary Hill Road, 5 miles east of the Crystal Railroad crossing. There's a man and a woman outside in a car, a blue Cadillac sedan, pulled up for gas. I'm stalling them. I'm sure the woman is that Vivian Lawrence I heard about on the radio. Positive. The car's got a Pennsylvania license number on it. Number is N6574R. They're going in the direction of the railroad crossing. All right, Sheriff. I'll try to stall them as long as I can. Now, will you let me alone, lady? I did what you told me. You won't shoot that gun, will you, lady? You go away and let me alone.
All taken care of, Freddie. Step on it.
Attention all counterspies and cooperating local police in Sector D, State of Pennsylvania. Attention. This is David Harding in Control Car X1. Information just received that Vivian Lawrence is driving along Seminary Hill Road due west in direction of Crystal Railroad crossing. Car is a blue Cadillac sedan. License number Pennsylvania N6574R. All patrols will converge on area. Roadblocks will be set up at all intersections. I'm on my way there now to supervise operations.
Vivian, I still don't see why you purposely put the bobbies on us.
Freddie, I'm getting out of this present difficulty, and I'm just making sure.
They'll be swarming along this road at any moment.
Just as I planned they should.
Well, it all sounds balmy to me.
How does that sound to you, Freddie?
What, that train whistle in the distance?
That train is going to be my ticket to sure escape. Don't stop.
But there's a railroad crossing ahead.
Never mind that warning signal. Drive up on the crossing and park.
But the train's coming.
Yes, in exactly 1 minute it will round the curve before the crossing. I've calculated everything down to the last second.
Oh, I've got you, old girl. The police know this car and the license number. They'll believe, if only at first, that we were killed in the crash, thus giving us time to escape. Am I correct?
Correct, Freddie. Except for one detail. You will die in the crash.
What?
Don't move. I have this gun pointed right at you.
Vivian.
Sorry, Freddie. But you'll serve my purpose better in death.
No, see, here, old thing, you wouldn't play a trick like that on Freddie. After all...
Just to prove how wrong you are.
Vivian.
Let go of me.
No. You're in hell with me.
No way on the train will be here.
The joke's on you, old girl.
No.
You're lying.
given me the preliminary reports, Mr. Harding.
Everything checked, Peters?
Well, the car is splattered all over, but it was definitely a blue Cadillac sedan.
Yeah?
The license plate was found, too.
Wonder just how it happened, Peters.
Well, I guess they're trying to race the train to the crossing.
If that was it, they certainly lost that race.
Anyway, Dave, the government will be spared the expense of bringing Vivian Lawrence to trial.
Well, Vivian Lawrence may be dead, Peters, but the important thing now is to have our men keep searching this area for the formula. Once that's found, we can mark the file on this case closed.
Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Bring it on now. Enjoy that bubbling, tangy, tasty treat. Sure hits the spot. At parties, it's a wonderful idea to serve delicious Pepsi. That extra quick food energy gives folks that bounce, that zing. And Pepsi's big 12-ounce bottles go twice as far. You get a carton of 6 bottles, and you serve 12 full-size drinks. So save that money. Get the best and get twice as much in delicious Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola, it's the spot. 2 full glasses, that's a lot. Twice as much and better, too. Pepsi-Cola is the drink for you.
That's it. Delicious Pepsi-Cola. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, same time, same station, to Counterspy. Listen on Thursday for more facts in the exciting case of the fabulous formula.
After the train wreck had been thoroughly investigated, we found our triumph had been short-lived. Your Counterspy discovered something which started the search for the fabulous formula all over again and led us to a serpent in a box. Listen on Thursday for
more facts in the case of the fabulous formula on Counterspy. Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York and was directed by Leonard L. Bass, dramatized by Edward Adamson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer, with music by Jesse Crawford. This is Jay Jackson speaking. Counterspy is a Phillips H. Lord production for Pepsi-Cola. Enjoy some delicious Pepsi tonight.